It's fine. I'll pop back.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to It's a Long Story. 10 seconds, guys. 10 seconds. Hello, everyone. Welcome to It's a Long Story, a place where we roll dice, we tell stories, and we create magic. We are here with the lovely, the lively, the beautiful New Moon. Everybody, take a look at your camera, wave, and say hi.
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 Hello.
Hello. Yes. Very excited to start tonight. As it might be just a really quick session. I mean, if you guys, just do bad, then we'll probably just spend the rest of the time kind of off camera making some, just making some new character sheets. And I did message you guys. I think earlier today of just some ideas of like new character sort of things. If you guys want to build that up, go for it.
Yeah, is it okay that my backup character is a whale? Is that okay? Is that allowed?
Yes.
Like a whale person?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like they're a whale, but they're on land. They're 36 feet long.
Oh, I thought you were like in like a poker game sort of thing. I think that's what I thought you meant.
No, I meant like an actual whale, like an actual beluga whale.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, we could just run a whole Anorian campaign. That's fine.
Yeah.
Let's
that would
do
be
it.
fun. I do want to play a mermaid, so
Well, I don't know. Matt's playing a whale, and that's a little too close. So.
Mermaids and whales don't get along. That's just the rules. That's the breaks.
Them's the
rules.
rules.
Them's the breaks. If you are wondering what the heck this is, hi, we are a D&D live stream that runs every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday for now. Having 4 parties for now. Living, existing, breathing, running from just things. Always running. We're always running. This time running from some Leonin guards and just an entire city and into the dark, creepy forest. In the same homebrew world, the wonderful, beautiful world of Imaea. I'm going to have to start to update that, and I'll explain why in a little bit. But if this is your first time here, welcome. We hope you have fun. So on to the announcements. First and foremost, I have a really exciting one for me, and maybe everybody else, but we'll see. After a couple of hiccups and some scheduling things and all that, your boy is going to be running a game at Gen Con. So I'm very excited. Thank you. I'm very excited to be able to be running a one-shot in a place that I've honestly never been to, and all of the pictures give me severe anxiety of the crowds. But we'll make it work. It's going to be good. It's going to be fun. So yeah, very excited for that. I am 90% sure that I will be back. It will be on Friday. Sorry for anybody who wants to, who might be going to Gen Con. It is actually sold out. It is the Silver Brine one shot, by the way. So that will be, everybody wants to be a pirate. You know what I mean? If you're at Gen Con, and you've watched this channel, if you happen to have watched this channel, feel free to reach out to me and say hi. Preferably not like in a giant crowd. Again, crowds, we'll see. It'll be fine. It's gonna be good. But super excited about that. That is the first announcement. Second announcement, for those who have been spending, for those who reached out to possibly join in the Friday campaign, as we were down a player, needed a new one. I had been announcing to all of them, to most of them, I believe, that we will be to sit tight and just wait a little longer, as we will be introducing a 5th campaign, which means we're introducing a 5th campaign to the world of Imaea. It will. Oh, and that's kind of the other thing of that. Working out details, working out little bits and pieces. But one thing that I can tell you guys now is that it will not be in Imaea. it will be a part of the world, but Imaea, particularly geographically, is a very small piece of the world that we live in. So does that mean I need to change the name of the world? Does that mean that the world has a name? I don't know. Technically, the Isles are also not a part of Imaea. So, yeah, it's going to be time for a change in intro just when I started getting used to it. But yeah, so if you are interested in possibly finding out more information and maybe joining in that campaign, that game will be running Thursday nights. My goal, which might be a little bit of a lofty goal at this point as I'm trying to kind of prep certain things on it. My goal is to be able to launch it at the end of August. That might bleed into more of like middle of September. We'll see. There's a lot of things I have to build from and build up for. Jack, I think, surprise, the Isles is really not fully built yet. So there's, yeah, exactly. Yeah, if that hasn't been made clear. But this will be taking place in a land one far away, not far away, just far away. People are talking, and all you guys are muted. Everybody be muted. Good. Cool. Yes, but super excited. So yes, if you are wanting to check that out and possibly get involved, I will give you the link on how to do so here in a minute. Because the next part of that is talking about our new, we've been running it for a while, our drop in, drop out campaign, which is Humblewood, Silk, and Sunder. I'm going to have to sneeze. Excuse me. Humblewood, Silk, and Sunder. This is our drop in, drop out campaign we've been running for like our summer sort of Saturdays. We've had to take a little bit of a break, but we're coming back into it. If you are interested in playing as a woodland creature of the land or sky, here's your chance. So we have custom classes. You can be a gerbine, which is like a mouse folk. You could be a luma, which is a dove type of creature. You could also be like a super crazy giant buff, insane looking pronghorn servant, like this guy. That was a character last Saturday. Yeah, it's pretty hot. I'm just gonna be honest. It was super funny because just a small little little tidbit of information. Pronghorns in the world of Humblewood, there's actually like only like one. They have like an alpha sort of like design for them, so there can only be like one that is the main alpha. And there was two new players who both joined as pronghorns. One looked like a normal like deer like creature with antlers. He was trying to be the alpha against this hoss over here. So it was fun. Anyways, there was also a lot of other things that happened. So if you're interested in joining that game, please do so. You can check that out for details and sign up for a Saturday. That will be DM'd by yours truly. It's at startplaying.games/GM/It's a Long Story. If you are watching this on YouTube, it's in the video description below as well. And if you're watching from Twitch, I will be putting it in the live chat for you to also follow along. Because, I mean, I don't know about you, but there's no way I'm typing out a URL. It's 2024. Give me the link or give me death. So yeah, let's see. What else? Anything else? Oh, so yes. Last thing, drop in, drop out. That means you can join for a single session. You can join for multiple sessions. You can take a break and come back. It is completely up to you, your level of involvement. You could just join as a one-shot thing. You could join for all of time until it's over, which will not be all of time. But yeah, that is it for Humblewood. Last but not least, if you're interested in supporting the channel, getting more involved, or just wanting to be able to kind of check in from time to time, the best way to do so is to like, subscribe, and follow. You can do so from where you're watching, right? So on YouTube or Twitch, but you can also check out our Instagram and TikTok, which is handled by our lovely satyr druid over here, Kay. So yeah, it's super fun. There's some really funny clips, some additions of like this is where you get some extra info stuff. Yeah. So check it out, please. You can do so right down at the bottom over there. The Instagram and TikTok tag is under It's a Long Story _TTRPG. So yeah, please feel free to like and subscribe. You certainly don't have to. If you just want to, sit back and watch, you can do that too. We love you anyways. So thank you. That is it for our announcements. Holy crap. Who's doing the recap? I totally forget.
It's me. Oh, thanks,
cool.
guys.
Great. Wow, that was crazy. Am I the only one that saw that?
I'm
the only one? Hopefully a bunch of people saw it. It is recorded, so it's okay. For those that did not see what just happened, Nathan just pointed up like this at the exact same time that Kay put her finger up, and it was terrifying. Yes, cool. Well, before we, it's gonna be a zany one today, guys. Before we start today's session, we do need to get a recap of where we left off. So, Brandon, would you please take the wheel?
No.
Great, awesome. Thank you so much.
All right. So last time, everyone was kind of sitting around a campfire. Titian was a little moody. They were kind of just deciding what they want to do. Prisha, who had been watching the party discuss their plans for Alyssa, kind of took that time to take a rest, take a step back, kind of see what she wants to do, and as did the rest of them. In the morning, Titian woke up and spoke with Adim about possibly meeting his brother on the battlefield, as his brother had replaced the mayor of Mir, a town that they had promised to save a year and a half ago in our time. Adim thinks that it's best to keep the peace, but if needed, a fight will ensue. So if push comes to shove, we are willing to fight him and do what we need to. As the others wake, Gree, Nadim, and Prisha go hunting for breakfast before heading towards Hasamal and subsequently Mir. Grian did send to Riley asking for her help to restart the plan to rescue the citizens of Mir and bring them to Raven Rock, and as long as it's soon, they can count her in. On the road, Prisha and Ewolf reconcile with one another and decide that they may not be friends yet, but they can at least understand one another. As the group approached Hasamal, Titian's paranoia began to arise. He tried really hard to persuade Grian to get out of sight of the Leonin's land, and they decided to venture into the forest, but not before Titian's paranoia kind of hits a peak and realizes that they've been tracked the whole time, and there is an object in his bag that he then removes, which is a map that was first given to them in session 1, tears it, burns it, and throws it out of the cart. In that sort of getting ready to go into the forest, the party kind of just gears themselves up, and as Titian steps out to mount his steed Barb, the Leonin warriors standing on top of the wall do see their traitorous brother and attack. The party fled into the forest.
Fleed.
Look,
please.
Guys, fleed. We
Fleeds.
fleed into the forest. And then I don't. Killing the horse and injuring everybody else. And that is where we left off.
It surely wasn't the Florida man,
No.
right? It wasn't. It couldn't have been.
Florida man. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Cool. What in the world happened? Got it. Okay, sweet. I don't know why, but I did not put down our initiative order, so we are going to put that back. That was a bad choice. Let's not do that. That's all right.
We do have it in the chat.
Yes. Which thank you guys so much for doing that. Appreciate it, because that's what we're gonna be doing. Oh my gosh, I hate this. Hold on. I did a bad thing.
I just want to be known that Titian can be called paranoid, but he was 100% justified too. So it was like,
yeah, this doesn't help the paranoia at all.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. We will not have a map for this. The goal here is to get out. So we're gonna see how that goes. All right. Let's freaking go. All right, so you all are in the midst of a giant crash as the entire cart is flipped up on its side. If I recall correctly, I believe there was no saving this thing. I believe there's at least two of the wheels that kind of like broke off. Splintered. The cart is upside down. There are several figures that are off of the cart. So we'll say as you guys, as it comes to your turn, I want you to tell me kind of like the whereabouts of where you were, and I can kind of build it up from there as far as what is going on. So we will start with Adim. So, Adim, you were on the back of the cart, if I recall, and then you were flung out into...
I was thrown off. So, yes, I was thrown aside, and I took damage. So, I'm off the cart. Probably far off the cart, is my guess.
Yeah. Let's do this. No, you know what? You could roll. Go ahead and roll me a... roll me a D6.
A D6. Okay. 6.
Okay.
Great. I
cool.
got to do a spit take for that. Wonderful. Okay.
You are flung 30 feet into the briar, or not briar, but into the brush, landing hard against a tree trunk, 30 feet away from where the rest of the cart is. Specifics of like where you were flung into would be about honestly, it kind of would be like the way the cart was wanting to go. So it would be in this kind of northeast sort of space. But the rest of your brethren that were in the cart are now kind of trying to climb their way out from it. Right. What would you like to do?
First,
actually, so go ahead and roll a perception check too to see. Yeah.
Sure. 14.
Okay. Cool. With a 14, you notice that there are, as the gates are opening right now, you only see 3 guards that are coming out. They are about, I believe, 40 feet away, I would say, from all of this. So it would take them some time, take a turn to get there, but it's going to, they're going to have to really rush if they were to be able to get there or do anything on this turn.
Okay, how clearly can I see them, and how clearly do I think they can see me and the rest of the cart? How deep am I in the woods?
Yeah, you're. I would say at this point you're deep enough in the woods where you can see them kind of like through the brushes. You see like the glint of the metal armor as they're kind of charging out, but it's unlikely they're able to see you. One, you're green. You're in the forest, and two, and two, like it's dark in here, so it's a little bit of like darkness looking out into the light. You're able to see more than most likely they're able to see coming.
We had made it. The cart was 90 feet from the entrance, and then we made it another 30 feet. So,
90 feet from that space. So they're coming kind of a different way there. So I think 50 makes sense. We'll say 50.
Okay. For now, I am going to use my movement to move in the cart's general direction, but not to the cart. I kind of wanted, like, the way we were going. I'm assuming I'm beyond. Because you said I went to the direction where the cart was going. That's the way I went.
Correct.
So I'm kind of in front of
Yes.
the carts. In that case, I'm not moving. I'm gonna hold my movement and my initiative because you want something specific. If I see any of my people in trouble.
Okay, you got it.
So
So you're holding.
I'm pretty hidden, and I'm ahead of the group.
Right.
And that's where we're going. So I'm gonna hold it. If it looks like one of us is in trouble, then I will use my movement and or attack to help them. Is that reasonable?
So are you saying you want to delay your turn, or are you saying you want to hold an action to do something?
I see what you're saying. Is delaying a turn a permanent reduction in initiative, or just for now?
Yes, it is.
Then I will just have to hold my action.
Okay, cool. Sweet. Yes, as you are holding your action, assuming having the chakram ready.
And trident in my other hand. Yeah, I'm like, "Arr."
Cool, you got it. I'll say, just mechanically speaking, the idea is you would probably throw because we mechanically have to hold one triggered sort of. Action.
It's
So it's
probably
either-
given the distance. I'm gonna hold the chakram.
Cool.
Unless something comes up
Yeah.
from behind me and jumps on me.
Awesome. Yeah. Sweet. Jet. Jet, I'm going to say roll me. I'm going to keep it low for the sake of you have some preventative sort of magic that was kind of up here, but you're also kind of jumbled. You guys are like a guinea pig in a ball that's been spinning for a minute. So there's a little bit of I'm not really entirely sure where I could be right now. So I'm going to say give me a Constitution saving throw, but I'll say DC is 8.
A firm. I rolled an 8 plus 3, so good on that.
Nice. Cool. 8 on the die. Yeah, so as you crawl out from under the cart, left or right side, doesn't matter as far as that goes. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
You got it. That is a 16 plus perception. 17.
17. Nice. Yeah. As a 17, you can see there are what looks to be maybe some of the because I believe there originally, correct me if I'm wrong, I didn't go back to check, but I believe there was originally, is this right? There was 10 up there? Someone say words because I'm on another screen.
I think there was I think you said there were 5 that were looking at us, and then the bird dive bombed one of those or 2 of those. I don't remember.
Okay.
I think there were 10 up there, but 5 were looking at us currently.
But 5 were looking in your direction. Yep, that makes sense. Cool. So you notice that works really well. Yeah, you notice that there are 4 that seem to be up there. You rolled a 17, right?
Yes.
Sweet. So I think with a 17, you only see 4. You're not really sure if the others have gone to, spread word or whatever, or trying to kind of find their position somewhere else. What would you like to do?
Do I see Alyssa?
Yes, you do. You see Alyssa kind of looking around under the cart, trying to kind of grab for someone's hand.
I will pop my wings and fly to her and pick her up and try to get away. But before I leave the cart, the most important thing that I have to do, I would like to use prestidigitation to perfume the cart to make it reek of catnip. And then I'm going to keep going. I'm going to grab Alyssa and flee in the direction we were originally going.
Okay. All right. Sweet. Yeah. Cool. Give me. I'm going to say your choice. I think either a sleight of hand or athletics check, depending on what you're doing to be able to, you're casting magic with one hand, grabbing Alyssa, kind of throwing her kind of like maybe on your back or like underneath you as the wings are unfurling.
You said sleight of hand or what else? Athletics?
Or athletics, yeah.
Okay, well, it's definitely going to be sleight of hand. Wizard not strong.
Sweet.
That is a 14 plus 2 is 16.
Killing it. Sweet. So yeah, you cast prestidigitation on the cart. We will say, I was debating on how I wanted to handle this as far as like your guys' stuff, but I'm going to say simplicity's sake. You guys are pretty protective with that stuff anyway, so I think you guys have it close enough to you're able to grab, no problems. We're not going to worry about that. So you're able to grab. So the unfurling of Jet's wing, is that a bonus action or?
Yes, it's a bonus action. Lasts for a minute. I can fly for my same walking or my same 30 feet, but I get it as a flight speed. So.
Okay, cool. So we'll say carrying that 16, we'll call that a use an object. Free action to grab Alyssa and fly off. What direction are you wanting to go?
The direction we were going in the first place, towards the woods. Away from the line of arrows.
Cool. Awesome. You've been killing it so far on these rolls, but I think I am going to have you roll one more check here because flying under the canopy in the woods can be a little tricky. So we'll say
here it comes.
Yeah, so what we'll say is we'll give you an acrobatics check, DC 10. Say like there's adrenaline pumping. You've been rolling pretty well getting up to this.
I rolled an 8 plus 2 for acrobatics.
Cool. There is a moment as you're grabbing Alyssa and flying. There's a tree that was just a little closer than you thought it would be, and you have to kind of barrel roll out of it. The wings kind of unfurl again, inches from the ground for Alyssa as you're able to kind of like soar off over to Adim. You are exactly where Adim would be.
Can I get behind him?
Yeah, I'll allow it. You
Awesome.
did all those checks. I think that's cool. Sweet. So you and Alyssa touch down right behind Adim. Great. So your pseudo dragon is following your initiative, just for simplicity's sake. So is there anything you want them to do, or better yet, what are they doing? Mechanically speaking, there's the bonus action sort of thing would be tricky on there.
See, I don't want to be because last time I sent them out to do something, they got like eaten really fast. Mm-hmm. So I don't want them to try to like. I would like him to distract the archers, but at the same time, it's like I'd just let him die doing that, right? So I'll probably just tell him to come back and have him dash back to me.
That makes more sense. Yeah, absolutely. Cool. So the pseudo dragon flies off in your direction as well. Sweet. So it is Titian and Grian are sharing the same initiative. Technically, a demon jet are as well. But I assume. Actually, I don't know.
I believe Grian. We have the same, but I think Grian. We decided Grian would go first.
Cool. You got it. So we'll say for this, you guys can switch off if and when you need it to. If there's something that you guys share the same initiative.
I think Grian, just seeing everybody else starting to take off, is going to do the same. I don't have anything fun to be like, I'll do this. Like, that's it. That's all I got.
Okay. All right. Cool. Grian, were you on the cart or you were off?
I was driving.
You were driving. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yes, so I will say, same thing. Everyone who is on or in the cart will have to roll me a Constitution saving throw to kind of get their bearings.
Okay. 8.
Eight?
Yeah.
Okay. I believe 8 was the DC, right? Isn't that what I said?
Hey.
Yep. Cool. Same thing, guys. You are thrown, but I think especially in Grian's case, Grian was at least aware it was happening 5 milliseconds before anybody else was. So Grian, as you collect your stuff and you just kind of like run into the forest by Adim and the rest. Cool. Sweet. So with that, we go straight to Titian.
All right. So I have a couple questions. Well, let's start, I guess, where Titian is. Titian was on Barb when the wagon went over.
I believe last week I did have you roll a dex saving throw, which I think you succeeded, if
Yes.
that's correct. Cool.
I failed, but Barb succeeded. So I don't know how we want to do that.
Okay. You would still take the damage, but you're still on Barb, I'm going to say, for simplicity's sake.
Cool.
So with that, because you took a massive amount of damage, or a significant amount of damage, we'll say, but you weren't on the cart. So I will say no need for a con save. You're just kind of trying to, like, you're shaking it off and seeing where you're at. So I will say for the idea of the immersion of this, you're 45 feet away from the guards that are coming, as you're like probably like maybe like right next to the cart.
Okay. So now's the time for my questions. One was Titian, because I think last session it was implied that the guards were purposely targeting him.
Correct.
Would Titian be aware of that? Matt knows that, but it's Titian.
I don't think I truly don't think there's a way that Titian knows that for sure. What Titian knows is that shots were fired at him. Whether it's like he is the target and the only or the main target would be pretty hard, I think, for Titian to be able to tell.
And then the next question I have is, I understand the trap that Jet has laid out there. Is that going to be something that Titian has to worry about or resist? Because if it affects other Leonin, then I think it would. It's sort of like that thing, isn't it? So.
Yeah. I would say, so in my head, it is a cantrip, and it is a cantrip of something that you have experienced before. So I'll say if you would like to, if you think it makes sense, in my head, it also would make sense that Titian's like, I know what this is. So it's up to you. If you think like strongly like Titian would possibly like do at least a double take on this and maybe get distracted, I would have you roll up whatever you're rolling would be an advantage. I would say I'd say it's DC 10. The advantage is what helps you.
Let's roll it, because I like what Jed is doing. So it's one of those things, like, I want to be in that space with him on that. Does that make sense?
You got it. Wisdom save.
Wisdom save? Okay. I meet it. I'm positive.
Cool.
Yeah, so I meet it with a 16.
Forest
so
has never smelled more interesting.
Yeah. So she's like, oh, that's nice. All right. Back to work. So they're 45 feet away. Does Titian recognize who these guards are at all?
No, you don't. These, actually, I will say, I will give you this. It looks like they are just like, I think like sentry sort of guards, like ones that would be weird that you would know their names because you were a little bit higher up than they were.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then what Titian's going to do, he's going to pull out the walkie-talkie and he's going to just speak into it, just not loud enough for the guards to hear, of course. He's going to go, taking diversion tactics. I'll meet y'all later. And like Titian's going to puff that away. And then wherever the party's going, Titian's going to take an alternate route to try to get the guards' attention intentionally. Okay. He's not going towards them. He's not going towards Osmal, but he's trying to create a diversion to pull them away from the general group.
Cool. Give me a direction. Are you going into the woods? Are you going back the way you came?
I think.
So, like, if they're going northeast, are you going southeast?
If the woods are, let's say the woods are, if I'm just going, this is the way my brain's making sense of it. If the woods are to the east, Possimal's to the north, then I think Titian is going to kind of go the line of the woods a little bit closer. Yeah, Titian's going to go north. Titian's going to go northwest a little bit to the west.
Northwest is away from the
woods a little bit. Yeah, he's going to do a little bit of a loop. And then try to turn back around to see if he can just pull the guards away from the forest line.
Okay. So for clarity's sake, Hasamal is built into the side of the mountain. So there's no way you can go like around the other side. I mean, actually, that's not technically true. You could, but...
Yeah, I'm not looking to. I'm just trying to buy some space for the other group. Like, I know, like, in my mind, full story, like, what I'm hoping for Titian is that he can pull them away. I'm making finger gestures now, so you know I'm serious. And like he's going to try to circle back around and go into a different section of the woods. But he's trying to get this immediate moment. Like he's going to like do a fast like circle back this way. Does that make sense?
Okay. Now, if you are circling back, you are going to circle back into the open sort of like, which I think is the point. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. Like the open sort of like grassland area. Essentially, like. They're still going to be running, but if they're going to be focusing on you, they're just switching their position to going straight like south instead of. Also, it means you're in full view of any of the archers.
I'm risking that. Like I am absolutely trying to put myself in that. I'm intentionally putting myself in that position, and then banking on Barb being able to outrun them. And also just being able to outpace them when I eventually get back into the woods. That's what I'm thinking on.
You got it. Cool.
And then I would love to like sort of try to put my shield down to help protect Barb and like be ready for the archers and stuff like that.
Sweet.
That'll be my action.
Cool. Yeah, I like that a lot. Cool. We will simplify the things that happen from here at that point. I like that.
Oh, that's right. Barb has haste as well. I think
Barb is currently hasted.
Does that mean Titian's hasted?
No, it means Barb specifically is hasted.
Cool. Okay, so Barb has 120 feet of movement right now. Then.
Hell yeah. So there is kind of this weird sort of thing where I think it's in this moment because it's so fast. Like Barb has to slow down or zigzag to like. Make this concept work. Otherwise, you're gonna get to the forest. You're gonna get like kind of like back around to the forest quicker than you probably want to.
And if it would be possible for Barb to take like the dodge action during this, I think that she would. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
I think she can.
I like it. I like that a lot. Sweet. Yeah. So we will actually make this. We will make this actually pretty dang simple. For the cool. So for the archers, as you kind of like pull back around, there are 2 more archers that kind of appear up on the wall. So now there are 6 in total. As they're going to be trying to rain down arrows on you, Titian. Instead of rolling attack rolls for all of this, we're going to say that it is there is a dexterity saving throw for Titian, and then there is a dexterity saving throw for Barb. Barb has advantage. And I think, therefore, you also have advantage. Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to roll that for the first one's for Barb.
Yes.
Okay. That is a 15 plus. That is a 19 for Barb.
Okay. With advantage?
With advantage. And that's with, she's getting the +4 because of Paladin.
Sweet.
Titian's going to be better than that. So if you need it, Tishian is you said dex save, 25.
Yes. 25. Sweet. This is crazy because I was rolling to kind of set up what the DC would be, and I did roll a nat 20. So I'm going to say the DC was 20 to miss entirely. Because of these shots that are coming down, whatever damage I'm rolling is going to be halved for Barb. 1, 2, 3, 4. Math is hard. I need 2 more, and I don't have it. Okay, great.
This is a good time to remind that a warhorse has 19 hit points total.
Sweet. I mean, not sweet, but, 16, 20, 25... 28. 14. So Barb does take, I think, 2 of the shots, happen to pierce through her. You hear her let out a disgustingly awful scream. But Tishian, you are fine. You don't take any damage. As you continue to kind of zag through and provide that distraction. I'll say at the end of your turn, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Perception. Oh, that's a nat 20.
Sweet. For the nat 20.
Oh, copycat nat 20.
The nat 20 is going to tell you, what can I give you this? So first off, the other guards are now going to, the distraction worked. They're now running towards you, which is silly because there's no way they're going to catch up to you. But I rolled a 2 against your nat 20. Or I just rolled a 2, really. So I think with that, you do notice that even though they are running towards you, it's going to be pretty apparent that they're not going to be able to reach you in time, which means they're going to double back. But as it is their turn right now, they're going to be spending their movement running forward towards you instead of running towards the cart itself. So they're going to be spending 60 feet of movement to move towards you and past the cart. So now the cart, the cart's still 50 feet away from them at the end of their turn. I think they have spears. You're moving 120 feet, technically, mechanically speaking.
Well, for that nat 20, if you're saying that they would double back because they're starting to feel a little bit like, oh, this is a lost cause, can Tishian slow down intentionally and try to keep them on him?
You certainly can. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, I think actually what Tishian will do is he'll actually jump off of Barb and let Barb keep going a little bit. Kind of telling Barb, circle back for me, and he's going to get on its feet. And sort of in a way to provoke those guys to keep coming towards him. He's going to try to sit there and he's going to challenge them to a fight.
You got it. One of them, as they are carrying spears to kind of run out, one of them gets to the 30 feet of movement and is going to try to chuck their spear. They can just barely get within the range with disadvantage.
Since they run past the cart, do they get distracted by the smell and have disadvantage?
They're nowhere near the cart.
Oh, I thought you said
they're going towards Tishian.
Okay.
No, they're past the cart in the distance south, but because of that, there was no need for it because they never got within more than 50 feet.
I just thought you said they ran right past the cart, and I was like, can they be distracted by the smell? Can it finally work?
I'm sorry, man. They ran past the cart 50 feet away. That's the difference there. But yeah, natural 4 on the disadvantage, so it sails wide from you. And that is the end of all of the enemy's turn. Very cool. All right. With that, it is now Prisha's turn. Right? Yeah.
Wonderful. I do believe Prisha was... I do believe Prisha was in the cart. Or
No,
I
you're
think she was
Wolf.
driving.
Prisha was a dire wolf running on the side to the left
Yeah,
of
you're
Titian
right.
as we ran into the
Thank
forest.
you.
That's why
You are
I said Teen
correct.
Wolf. Just for the
Teen
record.
Wolf. Gosh, I can't even remember my own
Tyler
stuff.
Posey.
Okay. Okay. So Prisha's still in direwolf form. I have not been thrown off the cart or anything.
Nope.
Titian, I'm just recapping. Titian has moved toward the enemy, not keeping with the cart, correct?
Not technically. So Titian ran basically to kind of distract, and the enemies ran towards him.
Okay. Did he run ahead of the cart?
No.
Away.
He's running basically the opposite direction, so he's out in the open sort of grassland area, and his goal is to make a large south loop to come into the woods later than everybody else, to make sure that you guys have a big enough getaway. If that makes sense.
Trying to see. Yes, it does. I'm trying to see if I think Prisha has enough faith in Titian that he isn't going to need help or not.
Sure.
I did not use the inspiration that I got last week. Thank you. Okay. Prisha does not think that Titian can do this by himself, according to my dice roll. So
Cool.
she's going to... So he's making a loop. She's going to beeline. So there are enemies off the wall, correct? Like
What do you mean off
they
the
are-
wall? On top of the wall?
Like they are... Yeah, well, there were archers on top of the wall.
Yes.
And now there are sentries coming out.
Coming out from the ground, like the ground gate. So the gate's opened up.
Great. Yeah, I think Prisha's going to kind of try to... I think the plan here is that she wants to stand kind of... She wants to make her way in a shorter arc than Titian so that she can try and weed out or like maim anybody heading towards him.
Yeah, I say if you want to run like just headlong into the guards, you certainly can do that. What is?
I don't know if I love that, but yeah.
Is that what you meant?
It is, but I hate it.
Okay, cool. So what I'm trying to make sure from you is that using your words, you want to run headlong into 4 armed guards. Or excuse me, 3 armed guards as a direwolf.
Yeah. Well, it's not a good idea. No. I just don't want to follow Titian.
Okay. This isn't enough direction for me to understand where you are.
Yeah. Okay. I'm having a hard time kind of visualizing where we're at, I think.
If you look at Brandon's picture is absolutely correct.
Ha! Thank you. Great.
Only thing is everyone else would be a little bit catty corner towards the corner of the paper.
Wonderful. Yeah. I would really like to then, I think Prisha's going to start the same loop that Titian's going, with the intention of like going diagonally if he comes back in like a full C, you know?
I'm trying.
See it in my brain.
Okay. Well, you said intention. Your intention is to be able to catch up with Titian on the other side as Titian is trying to make his way around.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Titian is also stopped now, and Barb is kind of making that full loop. So just to keep
Okay.
in mind, so you're now faster than Titian.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I think we'll try to keep up with Barb.
Okay, you got it. Cool. So Prisha the wolf is going to be running. It sounds like you're just kind of going straight south to be able to catch up with Barb, kind of making her way back around.
Yeah.
Got it. Is that right? What Brandon put down there?
Yes, that is exactly
Okay.
what I had in mind. Thank you, Brandon.
You got it.
Yeah,
how
the idea
close
is that as... Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
The idea is that if Titian is going to run around and attack these guys, Prisha is nearby, but not following exactly the same loop.
Okay.
So
If you were, just for clarification, like if you were nearby Titian, you are going to be nearby the guards, assuming that Titian is going to be basically providing that distraction. The guards are coming towards Titian, which means the guards will be coming towards you if you were next to Titian.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Great.
Yes.
Awesome. Cool. So 40 feet of movement is 40 feet of movement is enough to be able to get within 10 feet of Titian.
A direwolf has 50 feet of movement.
I was looking at the wolf thing.
I could have the wrong stat block.
You're a level 9 druid, yeah. So you definitely have the CR for this, right?
I do believe so. It is a, I think a CR1.
Yep, which is exactly the direwolf is. Yep, great. 50 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So cool. So just your normal movement, 50 feet is able to get you there. So, which means that you are now right next to Titian as the guards are kind of running. They're still going to have to keep moving on their turn. But it's enough to be able to kind of prepare an action if you'd like.
Yes, I would like... I would like to stay, if at all possible. That's a movement thing. I would really like to just hold a bite action if they swing on Titian.
Cool. You got it.
Yeah.
I like it. Sweet. All right. Assuming that finishes Prisha's turn, it is now, I believe, Ianthe.
Hold on. Okay, cool. I believe this is where the bad connection last week was a little is a little bit of a disadvantage because I think I was in the bubble, but I'm not.
You were in
super
the
clear.
bubble. Yes.
I was in the bubble.
So first thing I'll have you roll is a con save DC 8 to be able to kind of
DC
get your
8,
bearings.
Well, fantastic news. I have a +9.
God dang.
You know.
I'm just going to say
very
a
much,
nat 1
yes.
is a nat 1, and that's it.
Not in that one.
Cool. What did you get?
22.
Yeah, like it. Cool. Ianthe, you were able to, I think as Alyssa was, I don't know if there's a moment of like an immediate sort of, not really maternal, but maybe like familial sort of like feeling to like, where is Alyssa? And then like that like snaps your brain to, yeah, big sister. Where is Alyssa right now? As you snap to and see Alyssa being carried off by Jet to safety. So that fully allows you to be able to kind of like pull yourself up out of the debris and looking at the situation in front of you. I'm going to say with that roll, no perception check necessary. You can see that Wolf Prisha is now standing next to Titian. Titian seems to be kind of like readying himself, providing himself as a distraction for everybody else. And Barb is continuing to kind of like run off in a larger loop.
Okay. I am still focused on making sure Barb is running super fast and can maybe hopefully get back to Titian quickly if needed. Where is Ewolf?
That's right. Cool.
He
Yeah,
was
we'll carry
riding
over that
Frank,
concept.
right?
Thank you. I forgot you were holding on to haste. Ewolf was riding Frank. Ewolf took damage. You actually see right now it's going to be Ewolf's turn after you. Right now you see Ewolf on the ground, and you see just an arm kind of come up to kind of like push himself up off the ground. But it's like it's his first movement. He's just like, so he's alive is what you see.
Okay. I want to, it doesn't necessarily need to be a mechanical thing, but I just would help him get up. And then just say, okay, I think Titian might have this under control. We gotta go, and I cannot make us go any faster, so we need to go now.
Cool. I'll roll. Yeah, great. He's good on his con save. He kind of shakes his head a little bit. Okay. Yeah. Lead the way. As he seems to be just a little like discombobulated, kind of like grabs your hand a little bit, allowing you to lead at least for the first few feet, and then is going to run with you.
Yeah. And that's because I want to maintain concentration, and the only other thing I was thinking about doing would drop that. We're not going to do that. We're going to maintain the concentration.
I'm gonna do a dumb thing. Yeah. Cool. He is running with you for about 5 feet. Stops like. Oh, lost the way there for a second. Sorry about that.
I was so ready. I was so invested.
I was like, what?
He really did just like stop. That was it. That's turn done. Who's up next?
I cannot
in
wait
person.
to watch whatever happened to my face there.
That's awesome.
Prisha timestamp 1 hour 7 minutes.
How crazy? What? Okay, now I gotta be worried about my faces in case it happens again.
Your face was fine. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I didn't see a face. It just went gray.
It was
as soon
very
as you said
abrupt.
Stop, and it was you disappeared as soon as you said he stopped.
Stop, gone.
I was
I
like,
was like, man,
and then he
you know,
vanishes. Oh no!
Dimension door.
He stopped, and the rest of the campaign is yours to figure out.
We get away from the Leonins unharmed.
Cool. Well, this is even funnier. So he runs 5 feet, stops, and then goes, my bag. Shit. Go. I'll catch up. And you see him have to run back to grab his healer's kit things because it's real life, everybody. And that's a scary thing, as he wasn't in the cart. He has to go get his stuff that was in the cart.
You need to put that thing in the bag of holding.
Yeah. So you see him run back. I'm gonna roll. It's still technically your turn. I'm just gonna kind of roll his turn while you're doing this. So is there anything else you want to do?
I'm just dashing.
Cool.
I think I'd run back with him though. I'm not gonna leave him alone.
He would hate that, but yeah.
I know he would. I
Cool.
don't care. I've got your back. You've got mine. That's how this works.
I told you to fucking run. And you see him dig through. Has to like throw his body underneath, looking around. Okay, got it. Run. And goes and runs off. I will say, in making that sacrifice, it is you guys are only able to get 40 feet as opposed to the 60 feet.
Okay.
As there'd be a whole process there to be able to get that, assuming you're dashing. So,
Yeah. I got to back up if we fall behind, so we'll be fine.
Yeah. Oh, also, actually, I'll say, well, we'll kind of keep it simple. We'll say you're able to get to where Adim and everybody else is. So Adim and Grian and Jet and Alyssa. Cool. All right. So we're at the top of the order. I'm going to roll something here. Okay, cool. You hear this this weird sort of like high pitched. It's not like a caw. It's more like a. It's like like between a chirp and a whistle, but has this like kind of like magical sort of sound to it, as it seems like it's like magically amplified. As you see, I'll say Titian, you're able to see Celestra zoom back out over the canopy, doing her part to help out. She's gone. So you're on your own. Cool.
Seeing her go over the canopy, he's just going to note which direction. Like, if he's
Cool.
able to get like
northeast.
a bearing that way. Okay.
Yeah, about northeast, about where you guys are headed. About. That wasn't a hint. I would say, like, just in that general sort of direction there. Okay, cool. With that, we are now back to the top of the order. It is Adim. Adim, I think I'm sorry to keep having you guys roll perception checks for this, but there's a certain point where, because of the distance and being in the woods, this would actually become a little bit trickier. So go ahead and roll me a perception check to be able to see what's going on with like Titian. You do see the guards change direction. That you see for sure.
I'm going to throw out there Titian to speak into the walkie-talkie and let everyone know he is.
Yeah, I mean, I know what
Right.
Titian, what I know Titian's general idea is. My perception roll.
Totally
is
forgot. Okay, cool. Yep. You know, you see it seem to work.
All right. Well, I will. So we have Ewolf, we have Alyssa, we have Jet, we have Prisha. Excuse me. We have Green.
You do not have Prisha.
we have
Prisha is.
I see what Prisha's doing. So we have everybody except for the two of them. I get my with my trident hand. I kind of like motion for them to keep moving forward. I'm like, go, and I start, getting them. No one's crying. I don't see blood move. So that's what I'm planning on doing.
So I will ask this for everybody here except for Prisha and Titian. Are you guys planning on doing anything other than running? Cool. So I'll ask, because Jet, you're going to come up next anyways. What was your plan on what you're doing?
I have Vortex Warp, and I was going to bring one of them to me.
Okay. Roll me a perception check.
You got it. Here comes the low roll. Ooh, that is a 9.
Cool. You do not have eyes on Titian or Prisha right now. If you run back to where the cart is, you would for sure have eyes. Or fly back to where the cart is.
Can I go straight up and just get above the canopy, or is it like really tall?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can do that. I'll say, yeah, it would be 30 feet of movement, right? It would be your full movement to be able to kind of like breach above. But yeah, doing that, you do see.
Well, first he's going to hand Alyssa to Ianthe and Ewolf and go, stay with them. I'll be right back. And fly straight up and just kind of look down and do the thing that I've been planning on doing forever, but I never do in combat for some reason. Am I within 90 feet of either of them?
Math is hard. Give me a second. I believe you are.
Awesome. Then
30
I don't have to
feet
use a
from the
higher
cart.
spot.
Hold on. 30 feet from the cart. The cart was 40 feet, or 50 feet from the guards. And then Titian moved out the same amount of distance. Yeah, you're within distance. I believe you're 80 feet away.
Awesome. Who to grab? All right, guys. I'm gonna be real with you. You're both people that Jet considers friends, so I'm rolling a D4. 1 or 2 is Titian. 3 and 4 is Prisha.
Does it matter that Prisha is a large creature?
Does that matter? You magically choose a space around a creature you can see within range. Target must succeed on a con saving throw or choose to fail. Their target is teleported to an unoccupied space within range. Has to be on a surface or in a liquid. It does not say.
Cool.
On the spell.
Sweet.
I was gonna say if it helps. I don't know if it helps or not. I don't know if Titian be willing right now. Like he might throw a con.
I don't have a Rocky Talkie. I couldn't hear what you said, so I'm just pulling somebody. That's and Prisha, would you like to resist my spell?
Well, far be it from me to stop you from doing the thing that you always wanted to do. Prisha will not resist.
All right, you pop up 5 feet in front of Jet. Well, no, that's not true. You pop up on the ground
in the air, and you're about to fall down.
I can't do that, or I would.
I'm below you?
30 feet below me.
Just this giant wolf on all fours, just dunk!
Yep.
Just is gonna yell, "We're good. I'll get him next."
I
Rawr.
rolled for Alyssa. Alyssa's like, cute, and just pets it.
Isn't it like moldy?
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's disgusting. It's terrifying.
Oh no! I love her so much.
Cute. Okay. Sweet. Anything else on Jet's turn?
Nope, that's all I got. I just really wanted to use that spell.
You got it. Titian, I believe you are next. Or sorry, Grian and or Titian.
We can interchange. I'm good. Titian's up.
Sure.
Cool.
Okay. Okay. How far away are the guards from Titian?
Because it was a disadvantage, I believe. Oh my gosh. Because it was the disadvantage to throw, it was more than 20 feet. So I believe they're 30 feet away from you.
Okay. But they are still coming for Titian?
Yes, it looks like.
Okay. Titian's gonna start jogging backwards. And just sort of like still taunting them.
Cool.
Continuing that loop. Yeah, he's just sort of like. Yeah, he's just sort of like absolutely taunting them. You know, y'all's minds are crusty as fuck, and you're like tails are shorter as hell, and like he's just sort of like really shouting out like you're like, you know.
Damn. He said crusty.
It's just like all these Leonin insults at him, like that he can.
Titian definitely has advantage on any mechanic. We won't roll, but Titian has advantage. Knows what like would get under Leonin's fur.
When you use the litter box, there's still poop on your paws.
Y'all don't even know how to fucking.
Precious says that out loud as a
As a
sorry,
wolf, just,
Okay, relax.
But if I don't know if like running backwards takes away his movement, but you know he's going to do full 35 if he can.
Cool. Yeah. No, I think that's totally cool. We'll say it's within the rules. I don't know why. Nope. We're good. Sweet. Okay. Titian, moving backwards is your full 35 feet of movement, which means you still have an action.
Yeah. I want to hold an action with my wind saber, at least for this round. Just for this. Well, no, actually, I want to. Let me just make sure of something. No, I wanna keep my reaction, so I'm not going to do anything.
You got it.
What I would like is for I don't even know what people are laughing at. Like Barb, because Barb's I guess sharing my action too. They keep running out there. My hope is that Barb is no longer being targeted, and my goal is next round. Well, hold on. How far? Has everyone successfully made it to the forest yet, or not?
Yes.
Yeah,
Everybody's in the forest.
We started off in the forest.
Right.
Well, I know what Matt's asking. Yes, everybody is in a safe distance in the forest.
Yeah. Okay. So what I'm asking. Okay. So then I want to change some things up here. I'm sorry. Tishian's going to hold his
Okay.
action for lay on hands, and what he's going to do is he's going to telepathically link to Barb and ask Barb to come pick him back up. And as soon as Barb picks him up,
Okay.
he's going to lay on hands for the hit points that she's lost and get her back up. So she is, that is 14 hit points.
For whomst? Me's?
No, for Barb.
For Barb.
Barb.
Okay. I was like,
So there is a point of me having to be a stickler here on this. I believe it is an action to get on Barb. I literally put Barb in the thing. Horse.
I think it costs
Barb in
half.
Google.
I think it costs half movement to. I think it's half movement to mount. Mounted combat, and mounting and dismounting monster move. You can mount a creature within 5 feet of you. Okay, so this one says doing so costs an amount of movement equal to half your speed. So I would only travel roughly 17 feet of movement if I'm doing this.
Okay.
So 35.
Yep, you're right. Cool. That's so weird.
And I will go with what your ruling is. If you call it an action, that's okay. I don't have to do the lay on hands. So that's.
Okay, mounting is not an action. Yeah, you can mount a creature within 5 feet, doing so costs an amount equal. Before you can't mount it. That's so, like, I remember that being a specific thing and being like, that's weird because then there was, yeah, cool. I'm seeing what you're saying, so that's what it is. Cool. So half your movement, you're able to move. I think you said 17, but we'll have to round down to 15. So 15, and then Barb gets on. You lay on hands on Barb. So now you are 45 feet away from them. Barb, moving around, is going to have to... I don't know how far Barb got. I don't think we figured that out.
I would say, I mean, she had so much. We never really estimated what that movement is. She has 120 feet of movement, though. So, do we want to call it? Do we want to call it 60? Or I don't know why I'm.
I think that's a lot. I think what we'll do is we'll say 30. So it takes 30 feet of movement on this turn for her to come back and get you, which means she still has 90, right? Math.
Right.
So she still has 90 feet of movement on this turn.
Yeah.
Right.
So here's what. Yeah. So I would like 90 feet of movement to get to the woods, in a path different than what everyone else took, and one that's more direct towards where I saw Celestra going in the woods.
Celestra's going the same direction as they were.
Same direction, but like different entrance, if that makes sense. Like just trying to choose like a different entrance than everyone, so that it's not. I'm not leading them to the exact same hole in the woods. There's no
entrance really. So what I need to know is basically like direction wise. So you're now further south than they were than you were from the cart. So if you were going directly east instead of the northeast, it would be a difference enough that it would make sense.
Yeah, that's 100% it. I just want to cut it right over where I'm at. I want to go that full 90, and then bonus action dash with Barb, because Barb hasn't
Okay.
used their action, to get another 120
Does Barb have a
feet.
bonus action or action dash for Barb?
Action dash
Cool.
with Barb. And then
Yeah.
I don't think there's they have a hasted action too, which I think you can use as
Oh Jesus. Yeah, I'll say I'll allow
yeah.
it. Yeah.
I don't know if I
INT roll
don't know if
crazy
I
high on the
need
concentration check.
yeah.
I don't think you
I
do
don't
either.
know if I need all that, but yeah. We'll
Yeah,
do all that when we
we're
get in the woods.
we are. I mean, there's quite literally nothing I can do. Titian, as you are running, you hear the like as arrows are like flying where you were. As you hear figures yelling. Just like yelling like commands like after him, things like that. But there's just no way they're ever going to catch up to you. And with that, we are out of initiative. Very nice, King. Assuming you guys aren't going to go back to the cart. Does anyone want to go back to the cart?
I would like to leave
No.
the pseudo dragon there because I want to see if anybody gets hit by the catnip and has an effect on them.
Okay, you got it.
That's all I care about. It's not worked once on Titian. Maybe it'll work here.
This is an extreme
Did
situation to
anybody
try to
forget any
say maybe
snacks?
catnip will work.
Who knows?
I'm going to say let's roll against your Arcana check. Give me an Arcana.
Ooh, I got good bonus here. Come on. That is a 12 plus my Arcana. Arcana is plus 9, so that is 21.
Cool. Yeah. 21 takes about like so like 20 minutes honestly, because that's how long it would, because they're going for Titian and then they're going to have to double back eventually. So yeah, so our pseudo dragon friend is there for at least 20 minutes. But yeah.
That's all I care about is that it happened. Please tell me he just rubbed his face on the wheel or something.
As it happens, there is a moment where you see this is, we're going to backtrack to it, but there's no, you know what? No. This is going to be, because who knows what Jed is going to be doing at the time that he sees this. So I'm aware and I know what I rolled. So don't worry. Cool. So you guys are split up. You are in different directions. You guys have ran forward. In this moment, as we are starting with you all, you have not heard from Titian in about, we'll say, only been a couple minutes. So there's, I think, certain points where you guys are kind of walking, but everybody's continuously sort of like looking backwards, staring back to see if Titian has followed. For simplification's sake, Titian, we will kind of come to you in a minute, but do you think you would let them know that you're safe? Do you think that's what Titian would be focused on?
Not. I would say it would take a few minutes, not immediately. He's getting away right now. His focus is on those following him.
Okay,
He
cool.
He will eventually. I just don't think it would happen at this moment.
Give me a time. Give me a amount of minutes.
Let's give it 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
10 minutes, cool. Which one? 10? Cool.
Before he does
10.
that, before he uses a number, but damn it. Like, literally, once the Deem starts walking, a Deem will get on his rock and just say, just turn your rock on so we can hear what's going on.
Cool. Yeah, you hear that. I believe we've ruled that you hear those things in your head, so it doesn't matter like how fast you're going on Barb as you're kind of like rushing through. Titian, you do hear that. Turn your rock on so we know where you are. Do you think Titian like reaches to do that? There is also like an idea of like, I am focusing on running with, like, I'm gonna have a check for you on like, you're riding a horse into the woods. There is a danger sort of part here as well. So
I rolled 3, so I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say he does.
You're
not.
focusing on the. Yeah, I do think it sucks for the party, but I do think that makes sense. Yeah.
Um,
Cool. Adim,
Barb
you
does
do
slow
not hear a
down.
response.
Barb does slow down pretty quickly because haste only lasts a minute.
Oh.
Oh yeah, and then she's gonna
Done.
hit that tired part where she can't do it anymore.
That's only 6 seconds.
But she's gonna stop dead and probably
Yeah, but she stops
drop her
dead.
needs. Like
Yeah. Yeah, she does.
Cool. Then I do think we have to start with Titian. Let's see. Let's round to this. Titian, roll me a d6.
Or
Cool. Awesome. You are able to. You're able to ride. You're not entirely sure how long you're riding into this. I think there's just like a moment of like, just gotta lose him, just gotta lose him, just gotta lose him. Titian, you're riding 400 feet into the forest before Barb immediately just stops. I need a deck save. I'm gonna roll the DC with advantage here. You're very lucky. DC is 14.
no, I'm not. That's a 9.
Full 9 altogether.
Yeah, 9 altogether. I rolled a 3 plus 6.
Cool. You got it. Going. Let's see. Horse. Going. On 2 horsepower. At 400 or 120 per turn. Yeah. I don't think the distance is going to matter. What's going to matter is the damage.
It's not the falling that will kill you; it's the hit in the ground that will.
It's the hit in the ground. Titian, you get launched full forward in it's one of those things where like if you ever like if anybody's like ever like slipped on the ice so fast they're not really sure what happened, they're just on the ground. That's how fast Titian you like kind of like find yourself against a tree trunk. I just rolled damage and totally forgot what it was. I think it was that. So 2, 5, 4. You take 11 points of bludgeoning damage as you full on slam into a tree trunk. You see Barb just.
Titian will sit up with like leaves in his mane and everything. He'll walk up and he'll just go. Yeah, he'll pull the reins of Barb and like he'll pull up. Warning next time.
You see her bend a knee down for you to be able to get back on. She seems fine now.
All right, Titian will get back on Barb then.
Cool. In this moment, I think, I believe we have decided. That's not the music I want. Sorry. Maybe this one. No, not that one either. I need more sounds. We'll leave it to this. We'll just leave it to the ambience. So as you are collecting yourself now, Titian, go ahead and roll me a perception check as you get back on Barb.
Right. It's an at 1. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
I'm just worried about you.
Like,
This is like, ironically, this might be good. Titian, you don't hear any voices of anyone following you.
awesome. All right, great. All right. Are we in dim light right now, Joe? Or is it pretty bright here?
No, because I would say it's at a point in the middle of the day and you're You're not so far into the forest here. Well, no, I've said this before. Yeah, I think you are. I think you're in dim light. It depends on like where you are. So I'll simplify this and say like if you want to be in dim light, you can be in dim light. Do you get what I'm
I
saying?
want to
Because
be in
it's
dim
like
light.
it's spotty. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to be in dim light. I want to stick to the shadows. I want to move slow. Like I want to move it. I want to move safely at a pace in the shadows, like without drawing a lot of attention. Because I think I lost
Cool.
him, and I want to keep it that way.
Okay. You got it. All right. Go ahead and roll me a roll me a survival check and don't get a nat one on that one.
Not in that one. It is a 18.
Okay. Cool.
Would you rather
With an
be in that one? I can make
18,
that.
no, absolutely not. As much as I love having to narrate the splitting of the party, you are going what you feel to be the correct direction, which is north. At this point, on Barb. Yeah. As you are traveling along, carrying over your Nat 1 perception check, you are hearing nothing but birds around you, various like small like woodland creatures. There is a point where you hear like rustling in the bushes, and you see like a little squirrel kind of like pops out, like kind of like looks up, see what's going on, and then kind of scurries back into the forest. It's weird because this forest is so dark in certain spots that it's hard to see like certain creatures, but with seeing like that squirrel and hearing the birds, I don't know. I think for Titian there is a moment of like just like serene like nature, like being able to kind of like take a breath for a second, being alone. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
What is Titian thinking about right now?
Titian is enjoying the solitude for just a moment. I think the space to breathe. He is not talking. Like he is not talking to himself. Like he's holding like his himself together, kind of like quietly, and just sort of absorbing all that. He's allowing his mind to drift towards things he's experienced so far in the campaign. He's thinking about what it was like to see Hasamal after all this time, knowing how different he is as a person and everything he's gone through,
Mm.
and thinking about how much more different will it be when he finally returns to it with a much greater intention.
Okay. I think as you were thinking about that and trying to kind of recognize what that would look like, um, there is I believe there is a moment of reality kind of sitting. Well, I don't know, maybe not, because you're not really hearing anyone. I think it's maybe, yeah, I think it's just like full daydream in this at this point. Um, I'm gonna roll something here. Okay. Cool. Okay. Titian, as you are trying to keep yourself hidden from any guards that are able to make their way over to you, just in case, even feeling like you probably would hear them before they would hear you, or you would hear. Yeah, that's what I meant. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check, please.
This will be with advantage because of the cape, the dim light.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 29.
Very nice. Great. There is okay, cool. I like this a lot. So there are moments when carrying a 29 stealth and a nat 1 perception. There are moments where as Titian is traveling northward, just thinking to himself, daydreaming, not really hearing anything that is dangerous around him. I think as you daydream further, you're also further in your own head and therefore just not really aware of your surroundings. There are figures from the camera's viewpoint only. There are moments when Titian, it's like a Snow White sort of scene in the woods, but in the way that like Snow White passes by like shadows of trees, except that as Titian is passing by on Barb, one of the shadows that we assume as the tree seems to move in a different direction. As there are large things in this forest that are near you, but also do not see you either. So there's a high amount of danger all around Titian that he is able to move through. And I hope the way that I'm explaining it makes sense for you guys. Like the idea of like things that like appear in the foreground as just silhouettes, that like look like massive tree trunks until you see a hand sort of extend out, and like glowing eyes all of a sudden appear as they are looking the opposite way from where Titian's going, as we're like panning with the camera following Titian. Cool. So keeping to the dim light and trying to kind of keep yourself hidden from that side. I will say, Titian, it does occur to you within the sort of like 10-minute sort of mark here that you were asked to respond essentially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Titian would definitely turn on. He would turn on his stone, and I think speak into it real softly. Hey y'all, everything's good. I'm in the woods. Just making my way towards y'all.
Cool. I will give you another perception check now.
Chelsea is screaming at me to do better, so I don't know if y'all can hear that. Perception check. That is a 27.
Cool. With a 27, there is a moment, Titian, where you, at first, you see what looks to be like an extended. I wish I had a picture of this. It looks to be like an extended figure of a tree in front of you, that almost looks like you see like there is the trunk and the trunk that seems to kind of go up into the canopy, and then these two limbs that kind of like seem to be like reaching like this. Until you see a head kind of come down, and the head is formed from this massive, almost like mushroom-like sort of figure, but is entirely made of wood. As you see eyes open to just a pure white pupilless thing, slightly glowing eyes, as the figure has reached down to like pull down something from the trees. You see something in its hand is wriggling, as with no problem at all, the creature takes the wriggling thing and snaps it in two, and carries it to move across. And in this moment, Titian, you like full on like halted Barb and like stopped and just kind of stayed in that darkness, allowing it to move by. So it does not see you. 29 is a 29. It does not see you, but this thing is massive. You also saw there was like these weird sort of like leaf-like beetle-like wings. I don't think you guys ran into these guys before, but you might have.
We ran into some like twig creatures a long, long time ago.
Yeah. Did you see the bigger twig creatures?
I think so.
Like large and up?
We saw larger ones. I don't think we ever came head to head with them, but we saw them in the background.
Okay, Cool, awesome. Yeah, it seems like it's possibly one of these figures. You see, like leaves that are these like large, long orange leaves that kind of like drape around its back that seem to like flutter almost like in a movement so fast they almost look like insect wings. In the idea of like how fast they move, but they don't seem to carry this creature like flying in the air as it just seems to walk off. Yeah, but I think other than that, Titian, you continue to move on forward through the forest. Yes, the ones UA fought. Yes, those ones. Kiki just yes, yep. The ones in the same. They're really cute. It's too bad you missed up. You missed them because they're adorable. No.
Ha!
Would be bad to fight 101 for sure. Cool. With that, we flip over to, I think there's a moment where we like kind of like do this like fast travel sort of movement out towards the woods on the other side as we see figures who are moving slowly, occasionally looking over the shoulders. So we'll kind of take it from there. So you guys can feel free to roleplay.
Once the dean feels like they've moved far enough away from the chaos, he's going to just stop and wait for Titian.
Cool.
I have a question. Can Prisha
Sure.
talk in wild shape? Can you communicate in wild shape?
Only telepathically if you can, unless there's I think there's a specific one that
I got
can.
to speak
think
with
it's a
animals
circle of
and
one.
telepathy.
Yeah.
I got you covered.
We can speak.
Okay. I think at this point Prisha has like done the like valiant steed thing and like lowered the top, like the front of her body to Ianthe and Alyssa so that they could like sit on her. She is a large creature while like she
Cool.
continues to stalk across like with everybody else or
Alyssa,
stop as the team stops.
Alyssa goes to immediately get on. Ianthe, this creature looks disgusting.
I was just gonna say, she's like, like I think she finds like some kind of cloth, like
Her bedroll just casually laid over, just
yeah, so
hold
she
on.
doesn't have to
Hold
touch
on.
it. She doesn't have to touch it. Oh, I don't want to touch it, but I don't want to keep walking.
Incredible. Awesome. Yeah. So I think in this moment you notice Adim kind of stops. You guys can follow suit if you'd like, whatever you want to do. But you guys notice Adim stopping.
Adim, we gotta keep going. We can't stop.
You want to find a moving target.
I think Titian could find us pretty easy, and he's
pretty
gonna like,
fast, and we are not moving quickly.
and Green's gonna point to like the wall that's not that far from where we are.
All right,
It's gonna
be on.
it's gonna land, and he's gonna like kind of. I would say take a knee, but Prisha's probably tall enough as is, and he's gonna look like eye level at Prisha in her dog form and go, "Can you sniff him out?" I mean, dogs chase cats, right? I'll ask telepathically.
Growl. Can I? Like, I guess I do have keen sense of smell. I would like hearing and smell. I guess that is a brilliant plan. And Prisha doesn't really.
A druid is a bloodhound.
Yeah, go ahead and
Our
roll me.
multi-druid.
I'm gonna say Titian is still a ways away, as the 400 feet into the forest does not match where you guys are at. So
Jet, couldn't we send your little friend, your little thing, to go look for him, and maybe
I
lead
can
him
only
back
see
here?
through his eyes if he's within 100 feet of me. But I could send him out. But the last time I sent him into the woods, he died.
I have I have a fun animal fact for this, guys.
Okay.
Did you know that a wolf can smell up to 1 mile away? Which I don't actually know how many feet a mile is. Was that 300
5,280, I
yards?
believe.
I used to know, but I don't know.
Okay,
And by I used to,
that
I
was a
mean I
very
know you.
fast response, Joe.
It's I'm a nerd. What do you want from me?
And that's a regular wolf, not a magical wolf. So,
It's weird. As you are a magical wolf, for some reason you have lost that crazy sense of smell. No, I was right, by the way.
You can do
5,280.
other
I don't know
stuff.
why I remember that.
the only skill a wolf has is keen hearing and smell.
That's absolutely not true.
a
As
dire wolf? Yes.
yeah, you have pack tactics. Don't give me that. That's
Pack
that's
tactics
an
is
incredibly
pretty
that's an incredibly useful one, just for the record.
Valid, but not outside of combat.
I have
right.
a question.
Says
Does
you.
Christian's animal form seem to be undead? Or
Yes.
just moldy? Very much undead?
Yeah,
Okay. Noted.
Undead beast. Undead beast. Yes.
undead beast.
Very cool.
For
as
sure.
you are using your corroded, collapsed nasal passages to sniff out Titian. Go ahead. Are you crying?
Corroded. That's awful.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah,
Ugh.
stuffed up with nasty dead meat.
Skin.
Congested.
Yeah, nasty dead meat. I said
Muscle
it.
fascia.
Ugh.
Does
Yeah.
anybody have anything that Titian would have given them that might have his
I
take on
I
it?
gotta get through this perception check real quick. Go ahead and roll your perception check with
Recap
advantage.
it.
All right, go ahead.
Well, Prisha was just next to Titian. She knows how he smells.
Yep.
A natural 19, so 26.
26. Okay, cool. 26, you are able to tell that Titian is about we'll simplify it here and we'll say it's about 120 feet south east of you all.
Okay. Prisha's gonna think that really loudly and hope that someone who's telepathic picks that up. Just,
Cool.
this is how far he is.
Cool.
I
Her, like,
Chet will talk to you
emaciated jowl.
telepathically.
Her emaciated jowls strain with the effort. Just-
Are you okay? You know
I'm
we
thinking.
can talk,
Oh my
right?
god,
Really?
what's the matter with it? Ugh.
I think she's gonna throw up.
Ugh.
Oh please no! What? There's no telling
And
what's in
Prisha, in response, just goes, bleh. Doesn't actually throw up, but makes the noise. Just the, bleh.
I'm gonna roll a con save.
Not
That is
a
a
roll a
super
dis-
nuker.
That is.
Roll-
I will roll with disadvantage.
Roll with
That is-
disadvantage because you, as you see Prisha go to throw up, you see something that is like in the shape of some sort of organ appear out of her mouth.
That's a 7 total.
This is
And
my
I
favorite
said I was
character
eye
in the
level, so
world.
it's just right there.
Right there. Like her whole spleen just in the back of her throat.
Okay, Jet just straight up vomits on you. Just straight up. But it's better than that because he's probably going to accidentally shoot his breath weapon at the same time. So it's like a
My
prismatic.
man!
Do you want to do that? That's
Do it.
significant
Let's-
damage.
Sure, we'll do that.
You guys are full chaos tonight. I like it.
Can you make a dex save for me, please?
I sure can.
What is
I
the
would love
range
to make-
for your? Because is this not a cone?
It is a cone. It's a 15-foot
So-
cone.
So Alyssa, Ianthe,
Great.
Oh yeah, everybody.
I rolled an 8.
Ye-
Oh no.
yeah, we'll say just Alyssa and Ianthe. We'll keep it simple.
I'm having a good time, guys.
What am I rolling?
Alyssa rolled an
Dex save.
natural 18.
I don't
It's a
have.
15.
I have the wolf's dexterity. I don't even have my own dex.
Nope. Alyssa saved.
Okay, it is a total of
Oh,
4 points of radiant damage, halved if you save.
Okay.
What's the DC?
Or
15.
Oh man, I got a 14.
dang. Well, actually, with pack tactics, you may.
Nope.
No.
It's not an
Darn.
attack roll.
I'm fine.
Nope.
No.
All right, so all of this is happening. You guys take your damage. So I guess with all of that, Jet, you do hear he's 120 feet away because you were speaking telepathically to Prisha.
He's 120 feet away. Please don't ever do that again. I need a minute. And Jet's gonna go walk over. And I like the idea of, you know how
Idly.
like in anime they'll like throw it, but it's all rainbows. That's what I picture because it's just light burst and like reflecting light. So it's just rainbows. He's just gonna go over to a tree and he's just gonna sit there and he's gonna pull out his water skin and he's just gonna take a minute.
And Prisha just idly. I don't think that's worse. I don't think that's more unsettling than the smile.
Right. Yeah.
What do you mean? What smile? The Cheshire Cat smile?
Yeah. She just goes, is that really more unsettling?
So are you guys
Guys, look,
following that
this
trail,
is
or you?
gross.
I'm so sorry to pull us back to Earth here, but we do need to figure out what you guys are doing here.
A team goes over to Grian
If-
after checking on Anthony to make sure she's okay, and just since
Cool.
Grian was like, "We need to go," Grian says, "Lead on," and crosses his arms, waiting for Grian to lead.
Adim says Leon. Got it.
Yes, Adim says, "Lead on."
Cool. So, Grian, you hear 120 feet southeast. You can choose to kind of continue north, assuming that Titian's going to catch up, or try to meet Titian. It's up to you.
Why don't we go for another mile? And if he hasn't caught up with us by then, we stop.
Okay.
Sound like a plan?
Yeah, I mean, I think that works. Unless Persia wants to go get him real quick. Bring him back.
It would take me less than a minute if my movement speed is, if I dash 100 feet per round.
Well, yeah. Okay. Let's take the semantics out here a little bit. So for like the speed and all this stuff here, there is a reality, and this is Joe the DM telling you that anyone alone in a forest is bad news. So I'm just going to say that as a DM. But if you think your character is going to say like, yeah, it's fine, he'll catch up, that's totally fine. It's what your character would say.
I don't like that.
Let's just go grab him real quick.
Yeah, I think Prisha would want to go grab him, or at least try to.
Okay, so we'll keep going in this direction, or should we stay? Let's stay. We'll wait. What time of day is it?
Night, right?
What'd you say?
I thought you said it's nighttime, right?
No, it's like midday.
No, it's definitely not nighttime.
Midday.
It's like midday. So I think we're closer to like 3 or 4, maybe. Does that sound right? I do not have that marked down in notes, so whatever we say, I need to make sure I put that down there.
Okay, it's not nighttime. That's really what I was looking to know.
It's definitely not
So
nighttime.
we shouldn't. I don't want to stop here for the night. I want to get further away, but take a little bit of a break, catch our breath. Prisha, go get Titian, and we'll all be together again, and we can figure out next steps from there.
Adim, do you want to go with Persia?
She'll look at Green and say, "Should I? Would you like me to?"
To Prisha?
No, to Grian.
Okay.
You know what?
Does not.
Sure. Why don't you hop on Prisha and get out of here?
And he literally says, "Aye, Captain." And he
Oh,
grabs
boy.
his trident and his thing, does not help on Prisha, and follows Prisha.
Oh.
Okay. You got it. All right. So that leaves Ianthe, Ewolf, Jet, and Grian. And then
And Alyssa.
Prisha and Alyssa. And then Prisha and Adim and hopefully Tishian.
So that is like 3 spellcasters next to one another.
Uh-huh.
We're
No.
fine.
Yep.
We're fine.
With no Marshall or any beefcake there to help take care of. Okay, sure.
I'm a wolf.
We got Grian.
I'm a wolf.
Oh,
And you're
I'm
not
not
there.
worried.
Oh.
I'm not worried about Prisha and a demon in this situation. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
We're fine.
No, we're fine. Look, we got Ewolf. We can sacrifice Ewolf and we'll be okay.
All right. Cool.
Look, he's got more martial prowess than Jet.
Let's do some checks, ladies and gentlemen and kids of all ages. Let's do it. As you all, so we'll start with the group that is sitting tight. Go ahead and roll me stealth checks. Okay.
19.
17.
Big
Those are hard
11
to
over
read.
here right now, you know?
11. All right. Cool. I'm going to roll a luck check here. Okay. All right. And then lastly, I need perception checks from our held group.
Nat 20 for a 21.
Okay.
9.
23.
Nice.
Great.
Awesome.
I'm just
Okay,
casting
cool.
Prestidigitation and removing all traces of moldy Prisha from myself, so I'm not paying attention.
Cool.
Fair.
Makes sense. All right. Do me a favor for those that I'm going to say. Actually, no. I'll just make a note of it myself. I can do that. I have hands. Okay. Cool. For the group that is traveling. So that is Adim and Prisha. I need you both to give me stealth checks and then perception checks as well. So
Additionally,
we'll do the stealth checks first.
I turn on my my bracelet, my stone,
Okay.
so and Titian, Ianthe, and Grian can hear everything I can hear.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
You said stealth first.
Yes.
And then what was the second one?
It would be perception, but give me the stealth first.
Stealth is a dirty 20.
Okay.
Dirty
16.
20. Okay.
And you said perception was second.
Yes.
Also a 16.
That'd be a 22. I don't know why Dean's rolling well now, but good.
I'm here for it.
That was
He's
the time you
being
get
moody.
I'm sorry. I'm not using my own stats. 16, non-natural 20 for stealth and a 9 for perception. I'm so sorry about that.
9 for perception.
Yes, Prisha's is higher than the direwolf's, but the direwolf's stealth is higher.
And Adim, you rolled what on perception?
A dirty 20 for stealth and a 22 for perception.
22 for perception. Cool. Awesome. All right. And then lastly, we'll kind of like view this as a new sort of check here. So Tishin, roll me a stealth check with your advantage as you're in dim light.
That was a 27.
Jesus. Cool. And then your perception check.
Alright, that's a 15 plus 24.
Nice. Okay. Give me a second.
Seems like we're gonna have a split combat. 2 groups fighting 2 different fights.
I mean, feels like this
Or
should be
maybe
a
3.
Halloween episode.
Is it just because I'm moldy? Like, I'm just wondering.
You are vile.
I don't smell bad if it helps.
Oh my
Prisha,
god.
did you see what Kiki said? You have advantage on perception checks with keen sense.
Uh, no, I did not, but you are correct. It would not have been that much better. It would have been a 13 versus a 9. I would like to point out that while Prisha looks disgusting, she doesn't smell rotted. She just looks rotted.
Heard. What did Prisha? What is your new perception?
13. I rolled an 11 instead of a 9.
Okay, sweet. So for Grian and Jet, as you are kind of waiting, kind of like sitting on like rock, tree stumps, whatnot, you hear the sound of a. Actually, I'll say like I think for this you actually see this first. You see a figure, a like small like slithering sort of figure in the grass that is making a slow S towards. Excuse me, towards Alyssa's foot.
Oh, that thing's dying.
You said it's
How
a
we do
small
that?
slither.
Yeah, like how long is this snake-like creature?
What I'm saying is, in the idea of like, this is what I'm giving you on this. You see something slithering in the grass
Gotcha.
towards Alyssa's foot.
Now you see the problem is I would love to like vortex warp because I love that spell, but I don't want to target Alyssa with it.
Yeah, this is like a snap decision. What do you guys want to do?
Can I Misty step myself in between it?
I mean, I think you're there. This is like we're still in kind of this like role play sort of moment. So role play wise, what are you doing? Are you engaging? Are you casting a spell on it?
Definitely engaging and casting a spell.
You got it. Cool. So as you are you casting like a damaging spell? You don't even have to tell me what it is. Just like the idea of like what it's going to like look like. What is the concept here? Or what is your intention? I guess
utility, trying to either move myself or it to keep it away from her.
Cool. Okay, you got it. So you cast a spell trying to kind of push it away. As it reacts from that, slithers back in. You see through the tall bushes a large head of this yellowy sort of fur. For a second, it almost looks like, oh, it's Titian. And then you see this huge brown, almost blackish mane and red eyes as the figure of the snake kind of moves up over its head. And we're going to pause you there. Adim and Prisha. Adim, I'm going to say because you kind of have advantage on like understanding what these are. As you are looking around, you're aware of what's in this forest, and that's exactly what you see starting to kind of approach towards you. To one side, the left-hand side, you see, I'd say about maybe like 3 or 4 of these little like kind of like twig blight creatures kind of moving in, kind of peering in. You're not sure if it's curiosity or attack. You're not really sure where that's kind of vibing from, but I'd say you have time to like alert Prisha and get ready. Unless there's something specific you want to try to ask, you can ask me to do.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm seeing those, are they surrounding us? Are they coming from one side?
Just coming from the left-hand side, yeah.
I basically just say, "Push you try to stay away from those creatures," and I
Cool.
will move to like trying not to back in anything more dangerous because I'm not sure what kind of tactics they have. But just like try and brace myself against whatever they might do without attacking them. I'm not trying to
You
start a
got it.
fight.
Cool. I like it. Sweet. So
And
as
I
we are
will say, because it's open, my channel's open.
Mhm.
I'll say, how many do I say? Approximately.
About 4. We'll say.
I'll just say, because I say about four, I say a half a dozen of these stick things can be dangerous. So that way everybody else knows what we're, since I'm telling her anyway.
You got it.
They all know.
Cool. Titian, I believe you kind of like have your sort of channel open for this, so you also hear this.
Oh, I opened it for
Um,
him. This is for all of them.
uh,
They can all hear mine.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So whether I can hear him or not, he can hear me.
Okay.
I'm communicating with everybody who has a stone in our group.
If that gives
Sweet.
me the
Okay.
chance to respond, I will. But I'll wait until everything else is settled.
Yeah, we'll say like Titian, as you are like kind of like looking around you, hearing that these figures are sort of in trouble here. You can respond if you'd like, but what is the action you're trying to take? Is Titian moving forward faster?
He will move forward slightly faster. There's two things I think he wants to do.
I'm
Knowing,
gonna
yeah,
stop you there on that. So you're just like, okay, cool, time to go, and you're like kind of like heading up fast towards that. There is trouble. Titian, as you are moving forward, there doesn't seem to be any sort of creatures in your way that seem to see you or you see them. So you're able to move forward, no problem whatsoever. But we are now in a full split combat from each other, as we will take our 10-minute break, and we'll see you guys in 10.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Okay, so as I am continuing to get set up, we are now back into initiative. I need everybody to roll initiative for me.
Do you want us to put in the chat or just tell you?
Put it in the chat, please.
Yes, sir.
All right, can we all agree that if shit just goes south, just run, just take off?
I don't like these numbers, gang. It's not looking too great.
All of us that are like waiting rolled low.
Yep.
Well, if you guys need to run, Prisha will be able to find you within 5,000 feet.
5,280 feet.
There we go. I'm still so impressed by how quick that response
Right.
That was really good.
You guys don't have that like thing that like for some reason you remember from grade school?
Can't hear you, Joe.
I'm-
What?
You guys don't have that thing that like you sometimes just remember just from grade school that has never like left your brain? It's just a random piece of information.
I have that. There's weird things like I'm probably like you, Joe. 60 beats a minute. I got, and 120.
Yep.
I got. Like
Yep.
I can tell that like this.
It's just pie for me.
I just know random animal facts that don't matter.
I know a lot of
I did
random
memorize.
facts about death.
Facts about that. From elementary school?
Not from elementary school, from middle school. But still.
They went to a different school than we all went to, okay?
I mean, yeah. I'm from the school up the street. We were a lot weirder. It was like a Montessori-ass school.
Why am I picturing Adam Sandler's Hotel Transylvania? Like, and that's your school? Like that's just your school? Like, it's a CG animated, like, monster. Like, the mummy is your home ec teacher, and, like, the werewolf is your PE teacher.
Got
And,
it.
like, these are all... And, like, then there's just you there as well as a real
That's just
person.
me. A guy. Just a guy. God, I wish.
This is dudes
I'm getting
duding around.
very, my gym partner is a monkey. I think we all may be too old for that show.
Yes.
But I'm getting very, like, Adam Lion goes to the animal school, and, like, it's just me and a whole bunch of, like, cryptids. Like, Slender Man is my band director or something. Yeah.
The Jersey Devil is a guidance counselor. This needs to be a thing. This is...
Our very weird
Yeah.
niche fun fact while the map is being set up, the Jersey Devil's mother was a real person who I am
Yes.
quantifiably related to.
Whoa.
I didn't know we had a
am
celebrity on the
literally
street.
related. I am literally related to the Jersey Devil. I am a cryptid.
That was my favorite cryptid growing up. I was so convinced.
I
it was
got
real.
you.
Love the Jersey Devil. I mean, I don't love it
Related to
because it
Mother
kidnaps and
Leeds.
eats babies, but yeah.
Well, yes, obviously. But,
No, you said it. Too late. Too late, Matt. You like
No, I'm
you like
gonna-
baby eating cryptids.
Well, now I'm going to be canceled. Great.
That's it. Cool. All right. Oh. Okay. Oh, we also got to include the monsters. Okay. 1 second.
No, because
Wait,
they
them will be
realize they're not vicious and they just back off and go away back to the forest.
They're just
Yeah.
Exactly.
They're just gonna hang out.
We're just hanging out on a map.
Just cute little guys. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. We're fine.
Oh, that's gross.
Not as gross as Prisha. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
God,
If you
I want
wouldn't have said
to
that
zoom
you
in on
had
these
your
maps,
organ in
just-
the back of your throat, we would have been fine.
Well, Joe is a particularly prolific storyteller. That was gruesome. Now I have to like start Googling images for like moldy undead creatures. Like anything that Christian is turned into, I need a reference photo immediately.
All you need to do is use Midjourney, man.
Yep, 100%.
Yep.
I'll start now if you want. You want a moldy direwolf? Let me see what I can make. For you.
I did find one I liked.
Oh, okay.
I also like Kiki saying it's the scrunt, which from Lady in the Water, which is not a movie I've seen.
It's been a while. I saw it, but it's been a while.
Same.
From the M. Night Shyamalan catalog
Yep.
of movies.
Yeah, it was actually a good one.
Good
I enjoyed
movies.
that one.
I just remember there was
I
one
see.
guy in that movie that I think he just worked out one of his arms, and he was like asymmetrical,
Yeah.
like really buff on one side.
I see
And then-
ladies in the waters all the time. All the
And then
waters.
there was just
Okay.
Paul Giamatti being a Paul Giamatti.
Something. I do not recognize the bodies in the water. Something. SCP.
John Waters. Okay, here we go.
Do you have Titian on the map?
Yes, I do. It's just you guys are just very far apart from each other.
It's a big map.
It's a big map.
I love
Hey,
these
I got spells that
trees.
can reach 120 and 300 feet, so let's go.
Good.
Joe,
Can
I
you see 'em?
love the texture on the rocks and the trees. It's so good.
Thanks. I still gotta put freaking leaves on these trees, man. It's gonna happen soon, I promise.
Eventually.
Okay. So we got. Let me get these in.
Same.
Right. Okay. Jet 10. Oops. Korean 8. Titian 21. Nadim 14.
Why was that laugh?
I'm just thinking in my head like this is a lot of forest to cover if this is how this is starting. Push at 18. Yeah, it was not pushed towards a deem at all. It's just realizing the bonkers of this. Cool. All right. So we got Ewolf and then we got baddies.
Oh yeah, Ewolf exists.
Ewolf does exist. It's a good thing he exists because he
can
saved
do
your
things.
freaking life.
You're welcome.
Sure.
That is a
I
dope
recall this only vaguely. I was unconscious. Oh my god, Jack, that's
Right.
awesome.
I told you.
Oh my god, Jack, that's awesome.
Oh, that's really
I-
good.
I said like I'm not as good as they are, but I'm not bad.
Oh, that's so
that's pretty
good.
So there you go. That and
Thank you.
and you.
I like that there's moss on it too.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. The moss is a really good touch. Thank you. I feel like you get the gist of her very well.
I do. The team just doesn't like
Not
it.
the bones.
Oh, so-
I'm still maintaining that Prisha is gonna become Adim's best friend.
all right.
Somehow, some way. It'll happen.
That's gonna happen right now.
Right now.
Okay,
Right now.
Ewolf rolled a 12. Alyssa is here
Okay.
as well. Alyssa rolled a dirty 20.
Of course she did.
Oh,
She
jeez.
rolls so high for some reason.
She does roll high.
Actually-
initiative.
Blows the shit out of this chimera.
It's a natural 18, so I'll say it's a 19. I think Alyssa might have like plus 1 dex, so we'll say 19.
She is 6.
Yeah, she's super fast though. She's fast when she wants to be. Cool. All right, now baddies.
I feel like Alyssa, if able to grow up normal, would be the kind of kid that would Naruto run.
Oh, 100%.
Like
'cause
arms
she-
fully back. It's aerodynamic.
But only because she was never really taught how to run.
Oh God.
So that's nice. It's nice that you bring that up.
Yeah. It is.
And that's on us now. That's on us.
I
That's on
say,
you. That's on
I
you.
say,
I taught her how to swim, so
I say it as a person who Naruto ran in middle school.
I taught her about liches, so we're good, right?
Yep. That's the basics
Really
that
great.
covers across the board.
And ants don't make a lich.
But like, they could.
Yeah, what
Okay,
is the power of an
um,
ant lich? Is that like one extra cantrip?
Let's have
Imbue
so
them with human souls.
we're gonna put a thing that I'm just gonna let you guys know in the initiative order I'm putting as a question mark. But I would like Brandon to roll for it. So roll me a luck roll, please, Brandon.
All right. 6.
Okay. All right. So this goes just before I empty. Okay. And I had a name for these guys, and I cannot remember what they are. Kiki is a monster when it comes to those things. So Kiki, if you remember what I called these things.
Kiki!
Like Ivings or something? I don't know.
Oh, that sounds right. Ivings. Yep. Nice.
something like that. Yeah.
Kiki, you
I'm just gonna
weren't
call
fast
them
enough.
the Hell Valley Sky Trees. Like,
Sure. Yeah, you can call them whatever you want. Sweet. All right. So, at the top of the round is Titian. Way the heck back here. Titian, you are hearing. You definitely heard what Adim said. I'm going to say go ahead and roll me a perception check at the top of your turn. There is for perceptions and things of being able to kind of look through stuff. This is a very dense forest, much more dense than I can put on here mechanically. So there's going to be certain things where I might have you roll a perception check, even though it looks like mechanically you might be able to get there and see if it's a long enough distance away.
I rolled a royal 20.
A royal 20. I like a royal 20.
Which means it's a dirty 20, but the royalty is dirty, so it's a royal 20.
Oh, okay. Thank you for explaining that. Thank you for the guys, we have gone so off topic, so much that I love it. I'm not pointing it out as a problem. I just think it's really funny. Cool.
If it happens, I'll one up you.
Great. Can't wait for that. Titian, you I think what happens for Titian is oh man, okay. Well, ruining my immersion, Prisha says specifically that Prisha does not smell undead whatsoever. So I think what we'll say is, I think you just see you see a spot of the turquoisey green, maybe like a glint of the metal of Adim's trident that is on his back. So Titian, you get a general idea of where they are.
Would it take a action to speak to the stone right now?
No,
or is that free action?
that's free action.
So I believe Adim said something like, "This many of them can be dangerous." Titian's just going to hold up the stone, and the really big ones can do you harm as well. And he's just going to try to give that signal to him, and then try to get to Adim if you can see him.
Okay, you got it. Cool.
How far is
you're on Barb. So Barb's movement is a total of 80 feet?
60, I think. Let me double check. Sure.
Warhorse, right?
60 feet.
Yep, 60 feet. Yep. So 60 feet is just enough to be able to get next to them. Movement from here, you're able to plant yourself right there, blocking out as you see this this undead dire wolf that you've seen before. It's not surprising, but as Barb kind of moves her head kind of out of the way so that her the side eye of the cassowaries so just out of view, she just doesn't want to see this weird Prisha wolf. But yeah, and you see in front of you four Ivings, still looking just curious.
Tishy's going to come up to Adim and Prisha, and he's just going to say, He's going to calmly say, because of the Ivings, what are y'all... Where are the others right now?
Over to our right, and I'm being calm too because I said I didn't want to start a fight. I already said that.
I like that.
It's
Yeah, everybody's just like,
yeah. So we were looking for you. I'm glad we found you. My channel's open, so they know we found you. Maybe we can start heading back in that direction. I just kind of use my elbow to point off where they are.
cool.
Let's do that sooner rather than later.
Let's start walking.
Can
Tishian
pull a Deem up on top of Barb with him?
No, Barb. Well, you can. Barb is going to have halved movement from that as a large creature. We make like exceptions for like Alyssa because she's so small. But yeah, no, I would say that would be, and you would know that. You would know that that would be tricky.
Well, then I don't know if it would be Tishian. I think Tishian's going to hint to the demon. Maybe you can get on Wolf Prisha there, and we can get the out of here.
Do it.
He
I
will
mean, I do
it
think that
because Tishian suggested it.
can
He is choosing to
I
comply.
flavor
Again.
Could I? Sorry. Could I flavor text something really quickly?
Sure. Where is the D on this list? Okay, there it is.
I'll be right back. I can hear you.
I do know that we made the joke of Ianthe using like a blanket or a piece of cloth. I can choose whether my equipment becomes part of my form or whether it drops to the ground when I shift. Prisha doesn't wear any metal. I have like this vision in my brain of like she just kind of has her equipment as like a saddle, like a very bare bones, like it just becomes like a leather strap around her that someone could use to sit on.
I think that's a leap. That's a pretty big leap.
All right.
Because you're saying that you're always wearing a saddle,
or just like a strap of leather just around her.
I'm fine. Adim will not go up.
Okay, sure.
He doesn't have a breath weapon.
Great.
Yeah. I think that's a little bit of I know this is just stylistic sort of thing. So I think like the leather strap makes sense, but I don't think it's enough to be able to like say like it fits like someone would feel like it's a full saddle for someone to ride. You know what I mean?
I
like
guess
it's
that's
just
not
like
really I guess just like some sort of barrier between person and mold. Like
there's a little bit. There's just a strip of cloth. I'll allow that, sure. It is, but don't fall forward in the seat and don't fall back in the seat because you're gonna just fall right into. You're gonna feel the spine and the ribs of this creature no matter where you roll.
She can't see it because I'm above and behind her, but I give Tish a look like this is because you told me to.
I do have magical armor. I still have not gotten the stats for
well,
yet.
We also have an initiative that we have to adhere to here. So this is what's happening here.
I move in a position so Tishian knows I will comply.
Yeah, you look like you're starting to kind of do that. Yep, yeah. Cool, got it. Sweet. So Tishian, as you do that, there's an interesting sort of point here where you guys are actually like trying to just move slowly and respectfully here. So I think what this is, Tishian, is a persuasion check. But I am also going to give you the amount of people that are here, which is 4. So you also have +4 to this roll. Before you roll, I'm going to tell you what the DC is. The DC, because this is a wild forest with figures just being terrifying in it, the DC is 22.
Okay. So that's persuasion plus my 4 plus my, yeah.
Yep.
So that means I have a plus 12 to persuasion right now because paladins are broken. Oh shit! You didn't say with advantage though.
It is not with advantage. Yep.
I definitely beat that.
Cool. You got it.
If you want to know by how much, it's well over 30.
Okay. Sweet. Yeah. Cool. So with that, as you see, I think as we see Titian sort of pull up, Titian, you see the Ivings, and there's a moment where they were like creeping forward, and now they stop. And because Barb is having to kind of turn away, Barb looks to be uneasy, and I think for the Ivings, they actually look at that as like aggressive. And you see them kind of stop, and at the unless. Is there anything else you'd wanted to do on your turn? I'll say right now they're stopped.
I was just going to hold an action in case they absolutely started attacking.
Cool.
But that would be it for my turn.
Okay. So just a clarification for the sake of timing here, guys. Whenever you're saying hold an action, you just don't even need to say action. Just saying I'm holding a wind saber attack, like I'm holding it, whatever the thing, because I need to know what that is.
Yeah, I'm holding a wind saber attack.
Cool, love it. Sweet. If they go to attack you guys, is the trigger, right?
Yeah, if they start coming at us with like absolute, for sure they're attacking us.
Cool, you got it. Sweet. So they are stopped in their place. We now flip over to Alyssa. As we see, I guess maybe I'll switch over to the other. Let me get this other one ready. Apologies for everybody watching at home. I wasn't aware I was pulling this up today. Here we are. Cool. All right. So our top-down view. Please move. No, you don't want to move? Oh, is that why? Sorry, 1 second here. What is happening here? Okay. It's trying to do what I'm asking it to do, but it's not responding very well. So we'll flip back to the other one. So we'll just use manual movement of the camera. Oops. Okay. So now we see in the background here, we see Alyssa kind of pulling herself forward. She is going to make a movement towards the
What in God's name is that thing?
Looks like a chimera. Remember when I was
Yeah, it
joking
looks like a
about how
chimera.
Titian, me, and you look like a chimera? Yeah, I think that's us.
Oh no.
Oh, that's a problem.
It would be so cool to go in combat with a chimera of like your party all together. So it had like the faces of your party members. Sorry, that's what that reminded me of.
crazy things being said right now. Cool. So Alyssa is moving towards it. I'm going to roll something on what her... okay, cool. With a 6, she is going to be reaching a hand towards it, and Ianthe, everybody here hears her say, "It's okay. We don't mean you any harm."
Ooh. Ooh.
And she's going to roll an animal handling check.
Nice.
Cool. In response, there is a large, heavy bestial roar from the from all three heads of the lion's head, the goat's head, and the snake head that just
Jeez.
screams in her face. In response, cool. She's able to keep her cool. You see her just kind of like turn to the rest of the party and just goes, "Okay, that didn't work." And that is going to end her turn.
Bless her heart.
Okay. All right. Back to plan A.
Yeah. Also, I think because she's not like an idiot. She doesn't like just fully turn her back to the creature. She just kind of like turns her head a little bit and goes, I don't think that worked. Yeah. Cool. And that ends her turn. Prisha, it is your turn as we are moving back to you.
Okay. Prisha is going to. Oh, is that me? The little
wolf
creature. I love him.
Yeah, you should be much bigger than that, but we're here.
Okay, Prisha. I mean, she's not going to make any outwardly aggressive. She's going to continue to move with Titian, like keeping with him with a Deem on her back, just kind of moving carefully and slowly. I'm going to hold a bite action for if something comes to attack us. Or a bite attack.
Okay. Cool. I'm going to say this, because you're in wolf form, but you're also a druid. I'm going to say roll me a nature check.
Okay. You know, I don't have as high of a nature as you think I would have being a druid.
Well, this is the weird thing with I'm going to say can we do this and keep this simple? Use your wisdom modifier instead of your intelligence modifier. Because you're a druid, and that just makes sense to me.
Yeah, thank you. Nice. Well, a nat 1 is a nat 1, so
Yeah.
I mean,
Cool.
yeah.
Oh no.
Nat one, you Prisha, you see the iving. So so an explanation of these creatures. These creatures that have these, they look like thick sort of deep green vines, but there's also some some hardened sort of texture to some of the like skeletal sort of part of the figures, like their rib cage, things like that. So they are kind of a mixture of wood and vines, essentially.
No, why did I roll a nat 1? They're so cool.
They're super cool. But you're a little worried because it looks like they're scanning, trying to find the weak link to attack.
Okay.
Oh no.
So holding that action,
Prisha
anything
on
else in your turn?
edge. I think that puts Prisha on edge.
Makes sense. Nat 1's a nat 1.
I don't like it.
Up to you.
No, nat 1. That's the end of my turn.
Okay, you got it. Cool. It is now the dreaded Chimera's turn. I'm gonna roll something here. We want it to be a 15 or higher. It's a 10. The Chimera is going to, in the idea of a full-on predatorial creature that is looking not on the idea of what is the largest threat, but what is the thing it can take away to consume. And Alyssa's the smallest thing here. No. So it's going after Alyssa. So this is some interesting stuff here in regards to how we're having this creature attack, just for the record. It's going to work a little bit differently. One attack misses, 2 attack hits as it rolls 3 attacks. Oh wait, actually. Hell yeah. So it is going to. You see the ram's horns go and butt directly into Alyssa's chest, knocking her back. I am not rolling damage for Alyssa, but that's a nat 1.
Can I wait? Sorry, I don't know totally how this spell works. Oh, I missed it. Oh, okay, we'll come back. Never mind.
Is it a reaction?
I was gonna do silvery barbs, but I was too busy looking at what reactions I had.
I'll allow it if you want. If you want to use silvery barbs,
I will use silvery barbs on, I don't know, one of the attacks if I can.
Yeah, you got
it's
it.
a creature you see succeeds on an attack roll.
Rolls higher. Her AC is not very high, but you can go ahead and give someone advantage, and go ahead and do that now. Actually,
with me. I will give Green advantage.
Cool. So I'm going to say there is there's an unlocked sort of level with Alyssa here that moves her counting of 4 to a 6. So as far as the idea of like shit going bad for everybody involved, the number now is 6. However, because her roll and that it still hit, and her response on that hit was a nat 1, she's now already at a 2.
Great.
So the second attack, I am switching, instead of it being an attack on that, is going to actually be as you see the snake-like head. It's actually kind of like more of like a worm almost head. It's somewhat draconic, somewhat serpentine. As you see that head kind of pull back, and you see fire start to kind of build up from its mouth as it is sending it out in a 15-foot cone that is going to hit everybody. I need everybody to give me a dexterity saving throw. DC is 15.
Nice. DC is 15. Okay.
Chet passes with a 19.
Nice.
Green will fail with the 5.
What's the DC?
15.
Dang it, 13. I am just barely missing the dex saves today.
12, 17. For those of you who fail, you take 26 points of fire damage. And for those that made the save, you take half, so that's 13.
Yikes.
That is above a damage threshold that I'm rolling with disadvantage. That is below. Alyssa is at a 3.
Oh no.
So as the fire escapes from this creature shooting out from that cone, you see, say who's the closest here? Ewolf's right there. I got to roll for Ewolf actually. But Grian, you see as the fire kind of envelops Alyssa. Alyssa does not seem to be hurt from this whatsoever, but you do see the fire seems to like. Instead of like pushing through her, in this inferno seems to kind of like start to develop around her, as it seems to be kind of almost like sucked in from her. As the breath kind of goes, or as the breath stops, you see her eyes are glowing bright fire red. You see fire kind of moving off of it, and you see her hands are on fire. Got to roll for Ewolf. It's a nat 20, baby. Ewolf is Ewolf is able to somehow kind of shield himself from taking the full blast on that. Ewolf also took a massive hit before, so I need to pull him up here. Yeah, so he's taken what did I say, 26? That's not good. Ewolf is on death's door. He's alive, but just barely.
Is he unconscious?
No, he's up, but he's looking real rough.
Oh, jeez.
And that is the end of the Chimera's turn. It is now Adim's turn. So Adim, perception check DC 5.
Dirty 20. No, 19.
Cool.
Excuse me, 19. But still, beat 5.
You both hear and see fire out of the corner of your eye from the far distance. You also see like the effects of it. There's just, some like burning sort of areas around as well as it's like kind of like as the like I think like a nearby tree is like on fire. Not like so it's clear something just went down.
Oh, of course.
Bad.
Right.
There's a possibility that Deem's first thought is Alyssa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
it's your
also
turn.
he's not hearing anything from them. So I mean, what am I allowed to do, given that I'm on the back of another person? How much control over?
Yeah, it's like I'll be honest with you, it doesn't really make sense for a Deem to be doing this.
That's why I'm like.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
even the
actually,
50.
if I see that as I'm getting on, I just go all the way over and start calmly with my back, with my front still facing the Ivings, or Ivings,
Yeah.
whatever they're called, sorry, just moving very quickly towards where the fire was.
You got it.
So like,
Yeah,
I
cool.
get on, I see the fire, I just go to the other side, just keep moving that way.
Yep.
And I'm like, I'd love to have a chat with you guys, but I have someone's calling me. Just keep moving.
Cool. Sweet. As you go to take off, how far do you want to run? You're about 60 feet away.
Well, I mean, my movement rate's 30 right now.
Right.
So I will, not knowing for sure what it is, assuming it's Alyssa, but if it is Alyssa, I don't think she needs a surprise of me bursting in. I will move my 30 feet.
Okay.
Because I don't want to be like, surprise. And if it's not Alyssa, I want to see what's going on.
Cool.
So,
As you move, I'm going to say carrying over that same perception check that you saw earlier, you see one of the Ivings moves with you.
okay. I'm trying, like I said, my best to like move kind of sideways to keep an eye on them, but I'm trying not to like be aggressive towards the Ivelings. I'm just trying to move towards where this is going on. Can I see anything over there?
What was your perception check?
I'll have to go back and look. But I can
22? Yeah. That's pretty dang good. So I think with the 22, it is directly behind the tree in terms of like, we'll say it has half cover, which I think is +5, I believe. But there is a large creature that you see. It's very confusing what you see. You see like draconic like wings. You see a like Leonin tail, and you see like a serpent sort of tail. It almost looks like it's like three creatures that are fighting each other from the area of you're seeing behind the tree. You know what I mean?
Okay, so I'm assuming
+2.
I know what Jack. I'm assuming Adim has never heard of this creature. Jack knows what it is, but I'm guessing Adim with
Yeah, I don't.
and knowledge, he's probably never heard of this.
It's up to you, but I don't think like I would allow you to roll for it. But I truly agree. I don't think a Dean would know what this thing is.
How about history with a difficulty of 18?
I like it.
Okay, I'll roll. I'll let the dice tell the story, as you said. That was a 9. Okay, so
Cool.
my initial thought, I mean, honestly, I know what Jack thinks Adim would think. It's one of damned Cavish's creations.
Sure.
Because, it's like, Cavish, really? now.
Yeah. You see it. You see that like serpentine tail. You know, there's some sort. Yeah.
I mean,
It's some abomination, maybe. Yeah.
It would trap with the Dean's line of thinking right now.
Yeah.
But it's got cover, but it's threatening them. I don't want to upset the Ivings. I'll have to take an Ivings hit in case it does something. How far away is it from me right now?
Good question. It is.
I can't quite count with the green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
35 feet away.
Oh, it's just out of range. Okay.
I think you can throw it just with disadvantage.
Right. You know what? I'll take it. I have attacks. I'll take it. I'll throw it.
You got it. Yeah, go ahead and roll.
Two
Roll
rolls
both
to hit
those
and
attacks
take
with
the lowest.
disadvantage.
My lowest, I have a 15 and a 17. So 15? No.
15 hits.
Oh, okay.
Very low AC for these guys. This is a big boy, so it's pretty easy to hit.
Okay. Well, then, I will... it would be 9 points of damage.
Nice.
And I want to make a saving throw because I want to know what it wants. I'm assuming that Cavish sent it. So what's it after?
Cool. I'm going to say in a sense of natural animalistic nature, something that is not as clear to a DM, but is definitely something that is simple enough that it is clear to identify. This creature is just trying to find prey to consume. It is some sort of abomination of something. I think as you hit it, you see a draconic looking head kind of peers around the tree, and then an extended neck of a ram's sort of face goes over to the other side of the tree. Both staring at you. Yeah, this thing just wants to kill and eat.
Great. Okay. Well. Oh, that's nice. I throw it again.
Yeah.
Get the attention off them. That's my sister and Alyssa. So
Yeah.
no. Rolling twice more for disadvantage, I assume.
Yes. Also, I apologize. 15 would not have hit, but we're going to count it anyways. I forgot about the AC +2.
Well, I
but
just rolled 21s.
Yeah, that hits too, for sure.
So my second hit for sure hit.
Yes.
And that would be 10.
Cool. All right. 19 points of damage. Nice. Not bad. Not bad for a disadvantage throw. That's great.
Well, you're talking to a thrown weapons master who's throwing something. So, I mean, I have +9 to hit.
Nice. Yeah. Also, yeah, with that, you do also have a bonus action, too.
I do. And do I seem to have its attention?
What a crazy thing to ask me right now. Sorry. It's I don't know how to answer that. You seem to have some of its attention for sure.
Yeah, I see 2 heads. I'm not even sure if there's a third one. Okay.
Yeah, you're not entirely sure if you hit 2 different creatures or one, I think, at this point.
Okay, well, I will spend one of my superiority dice and quick toss. And do it one more time and see if I can hit it again.
Got it.
We'll see. Let's see. That would be disadvantage is a dirty 20.
Beautiful. Yes, that also hits.
Okay, and so for the third hit, it would be. Give me one moment because I have to check something. 7 + 2 is 9, and then add the superiority die, which is now a D8 now. Correct? Is mine? I have to check. I always forget between Karin and Dean what I have.
I think it is a D8 now.
It is a D8. Okay. So mark one of those off, and so it's 9 plus. Only 2, but 11.
Yeah, man. That's really good. Yeah, it's 30 points of damage exactly.
Okay.
That's a solid chunk.
Hopefully, I have its attention, and I, take it back, and I'm just like, go away, just like go away.
Yeah. You see, you still can't see like how big this creature is, but you see the serpent head like seem to climb up further up to the tree, like standing about maybe like extending out to like 7 to 8 feet tall as the ram seems to kind of get lower, an extension of itself. It's super terrifying.
Yeah.
In my head at least.
Adim is feeling nervous, but he would like the party to be together, and he would like it to stop attacking my family and friends. So
You got it.
if you could just go away now, just go away. And that's unless there's a reaction that's needed. Adim is finished.
Okay, cool. Oh god.
I do have a reaction. I do have reaction things though in case something happens.
Yep. Ewolf, you beautiful, dumb but big-hearted buffoon. Ewolf, who is hurting bad, but sees Alyssa in front of him, in front of this creature. Saw the like massive like hit that she took in the chest, kind of like is I would say like dealing with a horrible like 3rd degree burn on his arm. Limps over and reaches out to grab Alyssa to tell her says like get behind me. She has no power over this this part of her. I think Alyssa turns around at this, like as he touches her shoulder, just long enough to see him scream in pain and fall to the ground, unconscious.
No.
I've been rolling like horse shit, so Chelsea, roll me a d20. This is for Alyssa.
I'm not doing great either. Ooh, natural 20. I take it back.
Natural 20. I think I love that so much. Natural 20 takes the number down to a 2. As she, that's great.
Sees what she did.
Yeah, she sees what she did and like, kind of like, I think you see her like bend down to like try to get closer to him, but then realizes. I think she starts to realize what's happening, what's going on, and I think Ianthe, she looks up at you. Who's next, actually? I think it just makes more sense than this. She looks up at Ianthe and goes, "I'm sorry, I don't know what I did."
I know.
What do I
right,
do? What do I
do?
do?
Get behind me.
And it looks like she's about to do that on her turn. It is the Iving's turn. I'm going to roll something for them with advantage. Yeah, cool. You see another one move over towards Adim, but keeping distance. At this point, I can tell you guys that it seems like it is more curiosity than aggression, for sure. They're not really sure what to make of you guys. With that, it is now Jet's turn. Grian, you're on deck.
Well, I think it's time that I call out Codex.
Oh boy.
Okay.
I would like to use my Manifest Mind to summon Codex for the first time.
Yeah, buddy!
As a bonus action, I will cast him to if right above you in the picture on the other side of the tree, if I can see it. So that nobody here can see it except for me, if that makes sense. I don't want this group that's here to be able to see him. You know what I'm saying? Because he doesn't want to be seen.
Yep, I'm just reading Manifest Mind real quick. So, it reads as a tiny spectral object. What I think Codex would not be a fan of is his entire little body seeming tiny. So I think it makes sense, Jet, that you see like a part of him or something. But it's up to you, Jet. What seems to manifest in this?
I would say just one arm, and it comes out spectral and covered in like bandages and just tattoos and arcane sigils all the way up from like the fingertips all the way down to like the shoulder, and then it just kind of like fades out.
I fucking love that. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I got just a thing.
Hey, while you're up, you might want to go grab a Great Uncle Love Shack too, because that's what I'm doing this turn as my action.
What in the actual hell is Great Uncle Love Shack?
You weren't here for
you
Great
there for
Uncle
that?
Love Shack. Okay, so what had happened was, right, I cast a spell called Summon Draconic Spirit, and I wanted it to be my ancestor spirit, and I forgot what I called him. Yeah, but Titian called him Love Shack, and it stuck.
Mm-hmm. I was here
would
for that.
Summon Draconic Spirit as my action, and put it right in front of the big guy.
Okay. Yes. Great Uncle Love Shack. So where is Manifest Mind going?
Manifest Mind will go on the right side of the creature, and
Okay.
Great Uncle Love Shack will be in front of it. If I can put it in front of Alyssa. If there's not enough space, it'll be on the same side with Codex, I guess.
There is, absolutely.
Awesome. Something in the way of melee attacks for Alyssa. And I would like to go climb on that rock if possible to get out of the cone of the fire breath attack.
Sure.
And then Great Uncle Love Shack's gonna do his multi-attack. 2 Rens and 1 breath weapon. Ooh, oh, and when I cast him, I would like to use a charge of the Planecolor's Codex to give him advantage for the next minute on all of his attacks.
Okay. You got it.
So I'm blowing all my big stuff here, but I cannot let this little girl turn into a nuclear warhead. That is a natural 20 on my first roll for his attack.
Nice.
Okay.
So I will go ahead and roll his second attack. Well, that's a 3, but he has advantage. That's a 14 plus. His bonus is my spell attack modifier, which is plus 9. So 14 and 9. I'm
That'll
hoping
hit.
it's. Now, damage isn't that great, but this first one's a crit. Do I just roll twice, or do I roll it once and take double it?
So it is max damage plus the roll. So what is the
Awesome.
max damage you could do?
A d6.
D6 total?
It's a d6 plus spells level plus 4. So it's d6 plus 9.
Okay, so right now we're at 15, and then go ahead and roll out D6 again.
5. So that is 20 on the first hit.
Nice.
And then the next one is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then he's going to do his 30-foot cone of radiant damage. It needs to make a dex save. DC 15.
Okay.
Or takes 10 damage. Save for 5.
Just missed. 14.
Okay, 10 points of radiant damage. And that is all I've got here at the moment.
That's pretty damn good. We'll say, as I'm kind of putting this in, if you want to explain to the group what the Manifest Mind is going to help out in.
So the Manifest Mind, the main reason I wanted to call Codex out is because this is a dangerous situation, and he has pledged us to protect. This is more out of spite for him, because he pledged me to protecting or to serving the what's it called? The what is the name? Ignivirus. So I wanted to call him out, basically. For the rest of the fight, I can cast from it instead of me. That's the main concept of it.
Yeah, very cool. Sweet.
And that's that.
This. You got it. This thing is looking real hurt. Sweet. Nice work, gang. All right, that was Jet's turn. Is now Grian's turn.
Okay, I think Green's gonna turn around and look at Ewolf and do like, fucking idiot, and he's gonna heal him with Healing Light for 3d6. I'll get him back up.
Damn. I might just try as hard as I can to kill Ewolf. You guys are so
No.
You guys are
It
so
is-
mean.
16 points of healing.
Okay.
Please
Get him
don't
back
kill Ewolf. I don't know if Alyssa can handle it.
up.
Don't do that to us.
He reached
Also,
his
like-
You'll
hand.
just have an undead minion, right?
He reached his hand into the fire pit,
Fair.
like while it's actively on fire. Like, I don't.
No, I want to be clear on this. He just
Arguably.
grabbed Ewolf. He just grabbed Alyssa's shoulder. Alyssa's not on fire.
If I
Alyssa's
remember correctly-
hands were on fire.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if I remember correctly, it was swirling around her, and her hands were on fire, and her eyes were on fire.
Yeah.
Like she was.
Yeah, hands and
I
eyes were
love
on fire.
her.
But as the fire got absorbed in, just to say is he the smartest person? No, of course not. No, it's a dumb thing to do. But it is not. It is not like he's like, hey, this will work. There was no like. There's nothing on her shoulder that was showing like fire here.
He did his best. He's just
He did his best.
His best just isn't good enough.
hey, he saved your life.
Jesus.
That's fucking
Jesus Christ.
Well-
All right.
And then I guess I will just cast Guiding Bolt on the creature.
Okay, you got it. Go for it.
Oh, fuck. It's a nat 20 for a 28.
Okay.
Nice. Oh
Heck
my
yeah.
gosh. Cool. All right.
So, I mean,
Interesting.
okay. Yeah, so it is 76. So it's base 42.
Oh
And
my
then I'll go
God.
ahead and roll the 76 if you want me to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please. So you're saying 42,
42 is the base. It's a nat 20 because it's
42 plus 76?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, of course I want you to roll that. Of course I do.
I'll do this one because I can read it. Okay. That's great. Okay. 10, 15, 18 damage. So it's a total of 60 points of damage. 60
Great.
radiant damage.
Great. The whatever you had before you rolled was almost exactly enough anyways. So yeah, how do you want to do this?
I think Green is just kind of like annoyed with the Deem because the Deem's throwing attitude, and Green's like, God damn it, and he's just like annoyed, and he just like stares at it and is like, if you could just like fuck off, and then it just like obliterates into light.
Cool. Sweet. Anything else on Green's turn?
That was my bonus action. That was my. Can I make a perception check to see if I see the others?
Yeah, go ahead and give you that perception check.
Cool. It is a 15.
Cool.
I don't like that laugh. I don't like that.
Sorry. It actually is about as close as I can get to an evil laugh right now.
I don't like that. I don't dig that.
Oh God.
On fire breaths.
Don't do what
and
you're about
Wolf
to-
goes down again.
This is so bad.
Don't make Prisha drop her wild shape, please. I only get 2 of them.
Do it, Joe. Do it.
Do it. Do it. Follow yours.
Do
impulse. Do it. Let's
Okay.
go.
All
There's
right,
something
you guys
between-
convinced me.
There's something between me and Ianthe. Like there's something
Those
in the
sevens
initiative
for all
between me
of
and
us.
Ianthe.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a question mark. It's green question mark
I
Ianthe.
forgot about the question mark.
Did forget about the question mark.
Oh, so
Oh,
that
this
wasn't
is
about
nothing
the
related to
mark?
question mark.
That was
Cool.
about the question.
Fuck.
Yeah, you guys said do it. So we're doing it.
Well, one of us didn't.
You guys ever
Yeah, I didn't say anything.
That is true. One of us didn't.
So I'm going to clarify that how we got here to this point, okay? So the question mark was marked in the idea of not only where it's going to go in the initiative, but how bad it could possibly be. Grian rolled a 6. In the idea that 20 is like good for you guys, 1 is bad. This is not great. And then I rolled on whether or not it shows up. So, Grian, as you are looking for the rest of the party here, I'm going to ask that Adim, Titian, and Ianthe roll me luck rolls.
Ianthe or Prisha?
Adim, what did I say? Adim,
You said Ianthe.
what the fuck?
but
What
Prisha's
the
with
fuck did I
us.
just say? Adim, Ianthe, and Prisha. Is that what I said?
Oh. No,
you said
Adim,
Titian,
and
Adim,
Zed.
and Ianthe.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay.
I just
Okay.
okay.
Okay. I rolled a 6.
Okay.
12.
Yes.
What'd
I feel like,
you
Yes.
I feel like Matt got a nat one.
Oh, no.
That's his nat one face.
No.
Chaos incarnate.
Joe.
roll? Yep. Hey, buddy. Hey,
Do you
buddy.
remember those 29s I was rolling earlier today?
I remember those
like,
29s.
Those are really
Those are
fucking
fucking
sweet, weren't
cool.
they?
Those are really cool.
You don't have an
The
inspiration.
weird thing is, it was so cool that it was like almost too cool in the idea that you also couldn't see the cool shit. And I think the dice got just really mad that you couldn't even see it. You know?
This is the Greek tragedy that is my life. I am living hubris.
Yeah.
This is bad.
So we are going to come back to Great Green. What did you roll in that perception check? 15?
Yeah.
Cool. There's a weird moment, I think, Grian, I think maybe like the reflection of this guiding bolt. There's a really cool, badass 80s sort of movement where Grian turns around, doesn't even see it blow up behind him, and is just scanning to see the rest of them. And the light from the bolt is allowing you to not only see Adim, but see. I don't think you see Titian. I think Titian is like high enough up that you just see like maybe the bottom half of Titian, but you do see Barb. And you see Barb's eyes go real wide and turn around behind her. Green, I'm going to allow you to yell something to Titian as you see some sort of like weird lightning sort of substance appearing behind Barb and Titian.
Seeing the lightning and kind of just like completely ignoring what the hell happened behind him.
Yeah.
Green's just gonna yell through the forest to the other team. Just duck out of the way. And,
Pomegranate.
It's real fast, right? Pomegranate.
Pomegranate. Titian, you hear pomegranate. I will give you a perception check. It's going to be a DC 17 to be able to do this in time.
I mean, part of me feels like with the nat 1.
I believe in you.
Do it.
Oh no, Nat 1 is saying for sure it's on your ass.
Okay. Perception check. It's a 7, but I thought it was a 1 for a second. I was like, fuck. That's still not going. That's a 16.
16. Okay, cool.
Just lose it.
So I'm going to say you don't see what's happening. Do you trust Green enough to do something, and what do you do?
No. Not in this moment.
No.
Well, then redacted. I don't say shit, and I'm just gonna sit there.
Hey, we need a compliment for everybody not trusting everybody.
We're in a bad space right now. Hey,
Marking that in my timestamps.
And what do you do? No. Cool.
Isn't that the key to improv? Is you just say you shut down?
That's the key to improv. You say no. You shut it down right away.
Say
Yes.
No,
Cool.
but
I suppose the deep could react to whatever he said because the deep was following Green's orders this whole time.
Absolutely not. But I love the hustle, and I think
I give it a shot.
I think Adim, I'll give you enough to turn around if you think Adim turns around. I'll give that a free action to do so.
I like that Prisha's over here.
You're muted, Jack.
Sorry, I'm like, if he yells something, he's looking behind me. I'm with my chakra, what's going on? Yeah, like I'll turn around.
Yeah, cool. I like it. Sweet. I need a dexterity saving throw. It is aimed at Titian, but it's going to be kind of moving through. So I need a dexterity saving throw from. What's the width on this bad boy? Only 5 feet. Okay, great.
I'm just waiting for him to plop the mini down.
Nope, you're good. You're good. It is just Titian and Barb. As behind Titian and Barb, you see 2 pairs of legs, 4 pairs of legs, 5, 6, 7, 8, I think, in a deep aquamarine, scaly figure. You see spikes that are coming up, and most importantly of all, you see it is gigantic, and it is shooting lightning from its mouth right at you as a behir is found in this forest.
Oh no!
I don't know what that is, but that's big.
They nasty. That's what they are.
So Titian rolled a 25 for dex save.
Nice. Go ahead and roll for Barb as well. That's good.
So Adim is not rolling?
Deem is not rolling.
Okay. I'm like, what am I doing?
I like that Prisha this whole time hasn't noticed Alyssa, hasn't noticed the big thing. She's just vibing, living her wolfy little life.
She's vibing.
She's just vibing,
Making friends with
man.
the little twigs.
She's making friends. She's trying not to be conspicuous. She's trying not to get everybody killed. And, here we are, getting everybody killed anyway.
16 for Barb.
Both that just saves. So you're going to take half damage.
A 25 just saved. goodness.
No, sorry, 16 just saves, not the 25.
Oh, okay.
I was like, Jesus.
Like, all right, I'm out.
Okay. So as this creature like launches back and shoots something that hits kind of like grazes Titian and Barb and slams the tree behind it, sending it full on fire. I'm actually going to do this thing.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, I'm getting ready to roll 12d10.
Jeez.
Holy fuck.
Hey, question. Since this
Excuse
is
me?
attacking the trees, does that mean those guys are going to help us?
Excuse the heck out of me.
That was pretty low. First roll. Oh, there it is. Oh,
That's
God.
it. Oh,
It's only
man.
95 points of damage, right? You'll be fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Well, Barb's definitely going
One
away.
point.
I spoke way too soon. 40,
Oh, no.
7,
Hi, guys. It was nice knowing you.
54.
It's an honor.
Uh,
I don't think you got hit, did you?
No, probably not
60.
yet, but it's probably coming. But it was nice knowing Titian.
62 halved to 31.
Whew. Whew.
That's like the dire wolves' entire HP.
Yeah.
Just
And that's
saying,
on a
like,
save.
for context.
So
Yeah.
Barb is dead. For
Barb is
sure.
dead.
Aw.
No,
The
not
good news
Barb.
is Titian is still up, so thank God for a save.
Yeah.
It's fine. You guys got this. Go for it. Just, don't die. Cool. That is, ironically, that is actually all it can do on its turn.
That's all it can do.
Yeah.
60 points of damage. Not a big deal.
Cool. As you see it, roleplay wise, Titian, you see it kind of like serpentine roll itself to actually, I'm going to say. Making sure that you can see it as it raises its chest as high as it can go, looking down on you. That is the end of its turn. So we are somewhere. We are now at Ianthe's turn. So flip back. I'm just hanging out with Ianthe. Ianthe Chimera's gone.
Great. Easy.
You did hear
I'm
Green yell
guessing this,
pomegranate.
Pomegranate. I'm gonna assume maybe he's pointing in a direction and see if I can see what's going on in that direction.
Yeah, you got it. Go ahead and give me. I'm gonna do some mechanic stuff here. It is exactly 100 feet away. But it's also a big boy. So I'm gonna say. I'm going to say it's a DC 15 to be able to clock that there is a baddie in that direction. If you beat it by more than 5, you're able to see how big it is.
Okay. Okay. We're gonna have to roll real high. We're gonna get different dice. Will a 6 do it?
With a 6, you see there's a tree on fire, and that's pretty crazy.
That's odd.
Yeah.
Not really worth calling pomegranate for. Okay, I'm gonna go check on Ewolf and Alyssa, I think.
Yeah. You check on Ewolf. Ewolf's eyes kind of like snap
Shadows
open.
suck.
Yeah, you see Alyssa just going, I'm sorry.
I know. I know you didn't mean it.
Ianthe, go ahead and roll me a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay, those I am good at.
And we'll say this is your action here.
First roll is natural 20 for, I think, a 29. Yeah.
She's back down to a 1. Nice work.
Great. Yeah. Just go sit down, go take a breath. It's gonna be okay. The scary thing is gone, and we have nothing else to worry about right now.
You got it. You see, I'm going to take Alyssa out of the combat for now as it comes up to her turn, unless Titian does something that's going to be crazy. As she goes to sit down and puts her back to the tree that has like a burned scorch mark that is still like embering. She puts her back to it and doesn't feel a thing. As she just kind of takes a break, sits down. Titian, we are back to the top of the order. Titian, it is your turn. The quick pan over is really funny. I really I like the difference here.
So the first question I have for you, Joe, is this thing does this thing feel aligned with the Ivings right now?
Oh man. I think for the sake of time and energy here, what I will say to you is, I think Titian has an overwhelming thought of just fuck this forest and everything in it, because everything seems to be just full chaos. You get the idea. You're not looking at the alignment of anything here because it doesn't seem to matter here. It's just eat or be eaten. And there's a weird sort of moment where, like, as you're looking at the possible degradation of your group, of which some of which you don't really know, it's almost like it's kind of reflecting into your own party.
Okay. Okay. I want to be.
I will tell you,
respectful of time.
mechanically speaking, no, this Behir does not seem to have anything to do with the Ivings.
Okay.
This is just a fucked up forest.
Okay. I'm gonna assume that it's pretty well. I don't know because they just killed the other creature. So the question is, like, can Titian take this on his own or not?
You can roll a nature check if you want.
I would like to roll a check. There's kind of two things. You let me know because I'll roll one check.
Cool.
Is there any way this creature can understand language of any sort? It's something I'd like to know right now.
You got it.
I don't know
I'll
what kind of
roll
check
that
that would
all
be.
in one. It depends on how well you roll this nature check.
Okay. That's fun for a minute, and then it was just nothing. 12.
12. Okay, cool. You have a feeling that is it possible for you alone to take this thing? Yeah. I think how many hit points does Titian have right now?
40.
It's possible. It's not likely. I mean, you have Prisha next to you as well. You assume Prisha's going to help out and Nadim's going to help out. In the fight or flight sort of instance here, it's so fucking tricky. I think with a 13, you get the idea that you need to possibly try to get away from this thing. But I'm going to be clear on this also. You have no idea how fast this thing is.
Okay.
I am going to say someone in your party definitely knows exactly what this thing is.
I have no idea who that would be.
I don't think Tishy
okay.
knows that, but Matt needs to know that.
I'm happy I know that now. still no idea who in the party was.
I know.
I'm
I'm
assuming
so
Jax.
sorry. Yeah.
All right. So that, and it definitely doesn't. How would it know a language? It just doesn't. All right. This thing. All right. We're gonna attack it. We're going to attack it.
You
It's
got
not
it.
the smart thing, but it's the thing. Bonus action, Hunter's
it.
Mark on it.
Cool. I like it.
And then we are going to just run up. Tashina's going to shout out to everyone else, hey, get away, get away! You know, like, run! And he's going to shout that to everybody. And then he is just going to run up and hit it with his wind saber.
Got it.
So that'll be a d20 to hit. Oh, fuck. It's not
What'd you
20.
get? Nat 20? Nice.
I got that 20. Holy shit.
Yeah,
Holy
baby. Like I
fucking
said,
shit.
it's possible.
Holy fucking shit. Okay. I don't get sneak attack this turn because I don't think there's anyone within range of it.
It has to be 5 feet within the creature. Yes, 5 feet within the creature.
Yeah. So none of that. So that is max damage plus the roll, correct?
You got any smites to put on this bad boy? Because that would also
Putting
count.
second level smite on it for sure.
You got
So
it.
that will be, and I'm assuming this thing is not undead.
It is not.
Okay, so that'll be. No, I gotta find math. Oh my god. Plus another one. So what is?
If he puts
That
a
would
smite on
be-
it, is it full damage for smite?
Yeah, so it's the max damage plus the roll includes the smite there. So the 2d8 would be so you're automatically adding 16 and then rolling the 2d8 as well.
I'm actually adding the 16.
So
You're
it's
getting-
max damage plus the roll, right? So that includes all the die that you're including right now. So we'll say, for clarity's sake, just to make sure that you understand, Titian, tell me how much damage you could possibly do in this one attack with everything.
Sure, that's 32 plus 6, that's 38. 45 points of damage.
45 is the max.
That's the max that I got. That's 48 plus d6 plus.
Is the 48 because of the smite?
Yes.
So you're smiting at 4th level?
Second level.
God, it's just
So the
second level will be
2d8.
3d8, right?
Second level is 38, then it's 1d8 just for the regular attack, plus 7, and then a 6 for the hunter's mark.
So 4 times 8 is 32 plus 7 plus 6.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
Which would be
that's right.
45. Yeah.
So
Right.
then roll all of the die involved in that, and then add the total.
Holy shit. Okay. Great.
Nasty.
So then that's let's do that. That's 12. It's an additional 22 points of damage. So
Tell me
what is
the-
that? That's 67 points of damage.
Because it's 45, right?
45 plus
22.
22. Yeah.
Yep, 67. Cool.
Okay.
So Titian, go ahead and describe this attack as I'm putting this in here.
Yeah, so I think it's just Titian is set up. He's trying to figure out why the party split up extra, and he's just sort of like put himself in danger twice today. So like he is absolutely just turning on savage mode. I think you just sort of see him snarling and foaming at the mouth as he runs up and just. Like, he just sort of, like, puts his hand on the creature and starts just stabbing it as hard as he can.
Cool.
Right in that
So I mean,
chest
with
that it
the
sort of
with the
raised up.
smite, how does like is the because it's it smites radiant damage, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So like does that is that like a big boom? Is that
Yeah. I think it's just sort of like I think it's just like a lot of sizzles and like a lot of vapor waves sort of coming out of it at the same time.
cool.
So I don't think it's like one explosion. I just think it's sort of like just like a lot of
Cool. Yeah, so like we'll say like 3 quick strikes of like just being able to kind of like do that real quick of the idea of like hitting that once. At the end of that, as like the sizzle and the dust kind of like begins to clear, this Behir is standing strong. It's not even bloodied yet.
I'll have one more attack.
Give it.
To do. Does a 20? It's 24 hit.
Yes.
Okay. And just to keep on with the narrative, we'll just do another smite. It's not only a first level though. This will be another thing. This will be that's 15, 23 points of damage. Another 23 points of damage.
23. Nice. Cool. 23 brings it to something. I got math.
23 plus
80,
67.
90.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. 90 points of damage. It is now bloodied. Nice work. Incredible. As you see it kind of like pull back in shock from this, as you see it like kind of like seems to now slither its tail kind of like more straight in the idea of like more of like a focused sort of thing here. Yeah, this is interesting. I like this a lot. Cool. Anything else on Titian's turn?
Nope. Nothing this round.
Sweet. And you added the Hunter's Mark stuff, right?
Yes.
Cool. All right. Moving on in the order, it is, I'm going to say Alyssa's out from this fight. I think specifically saying that like Titian doesn't have like a big like sort of thing happen. Alyssa doesn't hear anything, so therefore Alyssa's still out. Prisha, it is your turn.
Okay. Am I the person that knows what a Behir is?
Roll me a nature check. Wisdom based.
Great. Where did my D20?
Actually, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna say this is intelligence based. So it is a nature
That's
check,
fine.
but there's not a natural sort of thing for Prisha to be able to understand what this is.
Okay, great.
This is not something that would have been found typically in the woods.
No? Okay.
Yeah.
19.
19's pretty good. Wow. Cool. So Prisha, I think with a 19, you in wolf form look at this and say you could do one of two things. You could go up to try to attack this thing, but there's something you know about this creature. This creature is not a beast. It is not something that is naturally that was formed naturally. There is like long sort of history of this monstrosity being built from a development of arcane magic doing horrible experiments to creatures. And a Behir, 19 is just so good, I'm going to tell you straight flat out. Behirs were designed to combat against dragons. So from knowing that, they are actually rather intelligent creatures. So you think it actually, in fact, does know one language, and one language for sure that someone in your party knows.
Draconic. Great. And I have no way to communicate with Jet right now.
You could run over to him.
Sure
If you
could
want.
and leave Titian right there.
I just saw Brandon's message.
Oh no.
It's 12:22. What do you want to do, Prisha?
I would like to attack it because, well, no, I would like to run over to Jet.
What a quick quit.
No.
I love it.
We're gonna run over to Jet. I would love to attack it. Given that Prisha rolled to know what it is, she's gonna use that information, and she's gonna. I can move 50 feet. I also have a question. How long has it been since we got to Hasmal? Because I can hold this wild shape for 4 hours, and that is it.
It hasn't been 4 hours. I can tell you that.
Great. Yeah, she's gonna run over to Jet, and she's just gonna. Is Jet just standing there right now? Is that where he's at right now?
Yeah, just standing on a rock.
I would like to wrap my desiccated muzzle around his arm, like his sleeve, and tug and like try to pull him to the Behir.
Okay, I
He's
love
not
that.
wearing
I forget
sleeves
telepathy
currently.
is a thing.
He put it.
What?
He tied it. Jet's not wearing sleeves. He tied his stuff around his waist. His arms are exposed now, but that's
Okay.
fine. You can nibble on his arm. That's fine. It'll be all right.
I honestly, I really doubt it's a nibble. I don't think she has a bottom jaw. I think
think because of that-
it, like tooths you.
Yeah, someone tell me what the equivalent is, because you're having it like wrapped around his waist, so you're tugging at the thing around his waist. You guys remember that like truly kind of weird and horrible depiction of the dog with like I think it was like a little girl or like a baby that the dog is like pulling on the pants and like is like okay, I'm gonna find this.
Sunscreen girl.
Copper tone.
Yes.
The sun,
Yes.
Copper tone. Yeah.
There is danger of this happening here.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the vibe we're going for. Yes. Copper tone Jet. Let's go.
Copper tone, that's what it is. Yeah. God.
uh,
I'm so glad you guys got that reference. Otherwise, I would have seemed like a really weird dude.
Like a madman.
yeah.
But I really would like to stress that I don't think that Prisha's bottom jaw is actually connected. So I think she's just top toothing him. Like, I really think that she's just she's like, ah. Like, I don't think she has a bottom jaw.
You're just trying to stab down into the cloth
Like,
to
stab
pull.
into the cloth to pull. Like, this is really the fact that she has forgotten telepathy as a thing is truly heinous.
Yeah, I love that. Cool. I will allow Jet to respond in this turn if Jet would like to. Like
I was gonna
verbally.
wait till my
I would
turn.
like Jet to
verbally.
respond.
Jet would look the direction she came. I'm standing on a rock. Can I see it from here?
Roll me a perception check.
Oh, good. Here comes a 1. Here comes... No, that's an 18 plus 1.
Yeah, you can see that motherfucker.
He dead. Jet's just going to look at Prisha, smile doing the evil Cheshire smile, and then he's going to nod.
Okay.
Bet. This weird language they've developed where he Cheshire smiles, she throws up a pancreas. It's fine.
All right. So I love it and I get it. It was going to go one way or the other, and I fully love and understand the direction that it was going. Prisha, was there anything else you wanted to do on your turn, just to clarify that?
If she's not attacking it outright, then no.
Cool, you got it. So in this scene, there is a large, a huge Behir attacking Titian full 1-on-1, 1v1 versus a land dragon with multiple feet. Far ahead, there is a Nadim standing against a tree that is full up in, standing next to a tree that is full up in flames. Actually, I guess we got to make sure that this is going to make sense here.
Yeah. Well, I'm a large creature. I kind of feel like only my top paws are on that frog.
Let me play us out, please. But I agree with you. There is a moment with Jet being with Jet looking down at a Prisha that is just Prisha Wolf that is just trying desperately to tug on Jet. Even after Jet kind of gets the like, I got it, I get it. And behind them, there is this large, ethereal-looking hand. There is a figure of a large winged dragon, or draconic sort of creature. There's a little fire child dude that's just sitting on a tree trunk, just hanging out, relaxing. There is a blue water genasi bending down to help up a human ranger, and there is an Azamar that is standing there looking at all of this and wondering what the hell brought them to this moment. And as we take a look at all this, there is a moment where we zoom up over the din, and we will say with that, we will end tonight's session. We'll see you guys next week.